Oh, I'm muting myself. Hello, 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 everybody. Oh, thanks, Irvin. That's real nice. It's been a while since I've seen you there saying thumbs down. Alrighties, well, I'm going to bring somebody up who's backstage reading. Oh, first of all, I better say hello to everyone. So, hello, Rachel. It has been a long time, Irvin. I haven't seen you for a while. Yes, I think we have to talk after this, anyways, mate. Hello, Stephanie and Luann. Alrighty, so everybody, welcome my guest or our guest, Jet's mom. How are you today, beautiful? Are you muted? Because you're muted.
I was trying to show a video on the cantina. I go on Locomize Cantina. So I was like, texting a little video for them because they were talking about something funny. And
Oh, okay. So I asked you earlier because we had a conversation the other day, and I asked you earlier to come on and to do some readings with me.
yeah, absolutely.
Which this is a first because I haven't ever gone live with anyone and done readings with anyone besides Robbie. So I'm very excited to do this.
Me too. This will be super fun. Super fun.
There's only 3 people watching, anyways. So if you want a reading in, well, whoever's watching, just comment. What cards do you have?
So this is the deck. It's not necessarily so. I am very notorious for giving away decks that like I like to work with people. Like, what I feel like when it comes to reading, this is just a tool. It doesn't necessarily mean it's for me. I'm not necessarily looking at meanings of cards as for me personally. I go more with like intuition and what's happening inside me and what I'm seeing and feeling with people. Because I mean, I also I identify a lot with what I call Christ light. I want to always be in the light, and I'm not gonna ever jump into that dark side of it, if that makes sense. And not that I'm saying anybody's dark. I'm just saying for me personally, I'm very sensitive to it. So
you know that you are the only other person that is into readings that I've talked to that's ever said that. Because yes, I have all my decks. Like I've got, honestly, I couldn't count how many decks I've got. I've got so many different decks, and I like to work with probably one that's all raggedy now, and I really need to probably upgrade. But it's my, I don't know, it's the deck that I've really connected with.
right.
But when I do the readings, I know what the actual card, you've got the definitions of what the cards actually mean, but then you've also, what I seem to do is I pick up on what I feel with the card. So exactly, I understand exactly what you're saying there.
And
So
I think it's you and I, our energy connected just like that. When I met, it was like boom. This is a soul sister. This is somebody who is, I always say your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah,
You're sitting
so true.
and
It's so true.
so true. Oh my gosh, God, the universe, whatever you all want to call it, we are all connected. That is always my message. We are all connected. And it doesn't
Speaking of that,
matter.
you sent me a text message not long ago saying 11:11 make a wish. Now, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but my birthday is actually the 11th of the 11th, and I was born at 11 past 11. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but my tattoo on my hand's 11:11. And it's really weird that
I
when
know.
you
I
wrote,
just said it
there's
tonight,
not
and
many
like,
people.
I looked at the clock tonight, and I was like, 11:11, and I was like, I gotta send her a message, and I was like, hey, make a wish. It's 11:11, and I had no idea about this. No, you've never.
So yeah, that's another thing. I said we were so meant to meet. So pretty much I had a request earlier, and it's my mother-in-law that wants a reading. So what I'm thinking is I might give you that reading to do for her. I don't know if she's watching; she hasn't commented yet. But I see I've done plenty of readings for her, but see I seem to know her. So not knowing her, I'd like to give you that one to do. So first of all, her name's Rhonda. And I think that I've seen Luann wants a reading too. So Luann, you can choose who you want a reading from. Between me or Jet's mum. I'm pretty keen to just sit back and watch Jet's mum do it today, to be honest. But the decks that I'm using tonight are a self-care deck.
Oh,
So that's
she's
Cheryl
great.
Richardson's and Soul's Journey.
I love that deck. So like I said, I have all kind. I have so many decks, and I am the notorious person that someone walks into my home and they say something, and I'm like, I need to give you this. And so like, I give a lot of stuff away. So my decks have like dwindled, but yeah, I know. I mean, I'm feeling I'm confident in certain aspects of this. This is just a regular tarot. You know, it has additional cards in the arcana, I guess. So what that was called. It has some additional arcana cards, which are a little interesting. But the funny thing is, I can't ever show pictures of them because there's lots of nudies in them. They're nudies in this deck, but it's interesting because it kind of just jumped into my realm, and I've been just kind of playing with it a little bit. But I'm really glad to see people here that like want to. I don't do readings for a life. Just so you know, I am not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I think you probably have more of the tenacity for that. I go with it as my heart tells me.
And
And
that's the best way, honestly, if if you have this gift, I honestly believe, and I'm not saying for everybody, but I honestly believe that's the best way to go with it, because you like it's, yeah, I don't know. See, with me, it's like with my normal cards, with these ones, these are just like, as I said, the Soul's Journey and the self care cards. So they're not the major arcana and the what
right,
you just brought up. So these are totally different.
they're great for path cards. They're great to read people with path
Yeah.
without showing them. Like when I work on those kind of cards, I would be like, hey, like, okay, so I'm seeing boom, 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 boom. But the arcana cards, the only thing that can be tricky with them is you might get more questions, I guess, is what you'd say. Because I
Yeah.
want to make sure you're asking the right question. I'm saying the right information that's being searched for. That's the only thing.
And most of the readings that I've done, now I know that in the comments except for Stephanie, I've pretty much done readings for. Urban was when I first did my first live on YouTube. Urban sort of interviewed me, and I didn't know Urban. Urban didn't know me. It was we came across each other, across each other's paths on YouTube, and I think I asked him like, "Oh, do you want to come up?" When he was interviewing me, and I'm sorry to say this, Urban, when he was interviewing me, I felt that he was a skeptic. Like, just how the vibe that I was getting off him, I
Sure.
just felt that he didn't believe, and I felt that he honestly didn't. Yeah. So over time, I don't know. I know Urban. Really, we haven't spoken for quite a while, but we know each other from what we've seen on YouTube and what we've spoken to each other about. But I don't know his personal life. So then I've gone on to do readings for him that he's ended up now like joining my channel. Like, yeah, I was actually surprised just to see him in chat, because I've got my regulars that come in, and for someone to come in that didn't believe in the
Well,
gift that I got,
we're all
and
connected. Exactly. And like you watch
well,
this YouTube community. Are
I
you like
think you might need to go back and watch it. He thought that it was something to do with like an exorcism or something, like reading tarot
yes.
and doing what I do. He thought all had to do with like exorcisms and everything else. So me doing readings, he's asked me a few times, and I've done personal readings, and whenever he wants to share whatever, come out then. But seeing people that come into it skeptical, and then they actually say, hey, like, how could this person be telling me this and this? And another thing with Robbie, you heard the story the other day. I was doing an EVP and it come up Robert and then fire. Yes, that's what made me just say this. it come up Robert, and the second word was fire. So I've messaged Robbie. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've messaged Robbie. Oh, is everything okay? And he said, oh my goodness, and sent him the screenshot. And he said, oh my goodness, my back massager just caught on fire. And I was like, holy shit, like, yeah. So even with Robbie and things like that, and I've had people, well, not people, but a person make lives about me, calling me a fake psychic, and she's notorious for doing one
I don't want
guess.
to know. I don't even want to know. No, 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 no negativity. No negativity here. I am.
No, but
I'm gonna light a
she
candle
she
for that.
absolutely tarnished my business, and I have all these other people behind me saying like, oh, we know that, how could you know this stuff otherwise? So yeah.
And that's the whole thing. There's a lot of fear behind this too. I think people. I wasn't comfortable with it. I mean, I know for my own story behind it would be that I've always had this gift my whole life, and it's made life very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable for many years until I actually stepped into it. And what took me to step into it is I had to watch my son heal from something. Like I moved a freaking motherfucking mountain. Excuse my language, though. Okay, I moved
Hmm.
a mountain. I moved a mountain, and I healed my kid. And there was just when you can start seeing, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are in life, when you start seeing those little miracles, and it doesn't matter what you're going through, where you are in your path, if you can look at every day and find those little miracles, you are going to be fine. Everything's okay. Because that's the truth of life. Even in our darkest and deepest and most horrible moments, our God, your universe, your higher power, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, is always with you. We are all sitting here on this realm that we're in, and we're like, wow, what do we do next? But what's next? But unfortunately, we sit here, we deal with depression, we deal with mental
Hmm.
illness, we deal with, demographics of, fiscal issues like money and, education or whatever, things that like we have this whole backlash of information that's coming at us that you got to be this, you got to be that, you got to do this, you got to do that. And ultimately, like we're all connected. We are. I keep going back to that, like in the little circle. I'm sorry, that sounds very circular in talk, but ultimately, like this is the thing: like we are connected, and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you do with cards, whether you're talking to a friend, as long as you have your heart in a heart-centered place, right?
Yep.
In the
100.
highest good, in the highest good of all of us, there's nothing wrong. There's no
And
negative.
Luann, I just want to say that you're not the only one, honestly. So yeah, I have a lot of guilt. Like, yeah, I hold a lot of guilt. I hold a lot of, yeah. I'm the biggest critic of that, to be honest. So I know exactly what. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. And yes, Stephanie, Jet's mum is Wonder Woman, 100%. Like this woman is so. I'm pointing at you with my mouse on my laptop. This is the first time I've ever used my laptop, so I'm feeling really funny. But I'm pointing at you with my mouse, with the mouse cursor, whatever it's called thing. But you are so positive. Like, yeah, we've really bonded the last few weeks, and I absolutely love it.
Well, for example, I cannot read Stephanie, by the way, because
Can't you?
I'm too close to her. So you got to read Stephanie
Okay. If Stephanie wants a reading, I'll
if she wants one. Yeah.
yeah. See, and that's another thing too. Like, I some people can sit there and like when you're learning to do cards, and you say, all right, then who am I going to do a reading for? And just say, I don't know, Joe Blow, and then shuffle and then do the reading. With me, I actually ask people's, and I know this sounds so stupid, but I ask people's consents before I do readings on them, because
Absolutely.
there's no way that the spirits are going to work with me and help me like read, the cards if I don't have that person's permission.
Well, whenever they're fear based too, I've noticed, um, I might get like a couple little like digs that are like boom info, where they're like, huh, that's weird, or but it's not going to be necessarily what they need. I've noticed that quite a bit. When it's a fear-based mentality behind it, it's not necessarily the information that our source energy is using. You can see I feel like what I do for me is I want to be the someone that to help you find your light. That is my goal. That is my gift. I know I'm a gifted in this. I help people find their light. I help people through the dark times. And it's it's interesting though when people when the if you're throwing negative energy back at somebody, I'm gonna feel it firsthand. I'm gonna feel it before you do it. And you can see. I've had people tell me with certain readings that they can tell exactly when that happens. Unfortunately, how long have you been doing this, Miss Teely?
Um, doing the cards since I was 19, so
Mhm.
oh gee, over half of my life now. Hi Rachel, nice to see you. And I just want to answer Jessie. I don't know how to give people wrenches, Jessie. You know that. So
If
don't
you
do
go
this.
into the YouTube, um, check your YouTube, and then when you click
Mm-hmm.
on their name, it'll say wrench or something. I don't know. I call
I'll
it
get
being blue dabu dee dabu da
I'll get him
dabu
to do it
dee dabu da dabu dee.
after the live because I don't know
Is
what I'm doing.
Natasha
I'll
here?
end up. Oh, hello,
Oh my
Natasha.
goodness.
Yeah, Jessie, I don't know what I'm doing, and if I click out of this, I'm scared that I'll end it. So, oh, you were still live, Natasha, when I came live.
Yeah,
So,
she was still doing her thing.
yeah,
I
they're
was
actually
listening.
stroking it, and I get so jealous when other people are up there stroking it, but I don't do it anymore.
I'm gonna say this, Natasha, booyah. Booyah. I watched, I was like, I was with Robbie on Monday here in California, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, he was telling me, and I'd seen part of it, but not all of it. I was, get down with your bad self, girl. Get down with your bad self.
Alrighty, so do you want to? I don't think that like that Jessie's mum's on here, so
Do you want to start? You start with your people.
you need a bigger panel. I tried to join. It was the day that. Sorry, I'm just talking back to Natasha. The day that Facebook crashed, I tried to join, and I don't know if it was my if it was because my StreamYard was logged in with my Facebook, but I couldn't join. I was supposed to be on Iris's panel when Robbie got there. I was supposed to surprise Robbie being on panel, but I couldn't like get on there. Like I was backstage, but I couldn't. I don't think Iris had seen me. And the same thing happened with you, Natasha. So I've ended up changing it now. I've switched it over to Lani said something about change it to StreamYard through your YouTube or something. I don't know. See, this is how dopey I am. Jessie has to do all of the technology stuff. Like I've just worked out how to post the StreamYard thing, but as far as everything else goes, Jessie does everything. So it's
Oh,
pretty
and
embarrassing.
and you guys you're so darling. We had so much fun the other night just chit chatting with our little families. Just so you know, Miss Seeley is amazing. Amazing mother, amazing family. Just, you know, even when she yells at her little munchkins, I'm sitting there, I'm like, you're nice.
Because they want to talk to people more than what I do.
They're
Like if I
so
get phone
cute.
calls,
They're so
if I
darling.
get phone calls, I'm surprised they haven't run in now. But I gave Jessie money to take them to go get slushies, so they'd leave me alone for a little bit. But bribing, but oh my goodness.
So how
And
do you
yes, Natasha, I'll tell you what's really awesome. Seeing other guys on panel not showing their peckers. I've seen a few of those actually. Jet's mum, there's been a few the last few days you've been missing out on. You were telling me about it, and then I swear within the next few days, Natasha's getting bombed like no tomorrow. But um, Yeah,
I
that's
got
just
one on
taking.
Facebook last night, a Facebook, and I don't even remember adding this person. And like, I mean, I'm glad that guys like to show their W's.
No, but seeing the men that are coming up, and it's not just on your recline channel, it's on the true crime channel, seeing how many men are coming up, and yeah, it goes to show that it's not just the ladies, and
I'm
it's not
sorry,
just Jessie.
I'm a
Jesse's the
little
only
bit
one
I
I think
I'm
that
all
needs
like,
to
I'm like,
what when they show their things.
I don't know why. I don't find it like anything more than like, I'm not even repulsed. I'm like, let me let me critique that little thing or big. I mean, I've never seen. I've never been like, oh wow, ooh, you should do another job. I've never once like I've never once thought that whenever that's happened. I've never been
There
like,
hasn't been no main event. Hello, Rowan.
sorry, we're talking about
And
wieners.
um, 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 um. Luann, I think that. All right, so hang on. I will get Jet's mum to do Rhonda's reading first, or draw a card for Rhonda. Anyone else that wants readings, just comment, and we will get to you. But
Is there any way to pull?
Jet's mum, didn't you say that it was the same person that you got off
Well,
the one that went
it's
on
not a
Natasha?
micro. It's I don't think it's a micro, but I think it's like it's like a like I mean it's like it's quite manscaped though. It's very nicely manscaped, and I find that personally, I'm like, you know, I appreciate putting the care into that as you show
Well,
me your.
remember the other night when I showed you the prancer size thing and the man with the big thing in his pants, like the socks or whatever? That's Natasha. I think one of the I think one of those need to go on panel, and all the
Should
ladies
we
will be
play a
like,
Limp Biscuit song?
they don't even register on the tape measure. I'm the only one that hasn't been bombed with penises, so I'm
I know,
quite
but I never
grateful.
had a dick pic before. I'm sorry. Can I say dick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I I've never had a dick pic before. I'm 40 years old. I'm at this point where like, you know, the whole like swipe right, swipe left thing never existed before like my husband came into my place. And I never and I asked him, I was like, can you send me a dick pic? And he's like, no, you can just see it live.
Yeah, I don't. Well, what? Okay,
No,
you never got
I want
one.
the
You never
nostalgia.
got one. Me, on the other hand, before, like, even whilst I've been with Jesse, he's got my other Facebook now due to the amount of men that used to message and things. And honestly, he's the one that gets, hello, Robbie. He's the one that gets the pictures and things when they get. Well, he doesn't want them,
He gets
but
dick
he's the.
pics.
Well, the
I just
account's in my name,
yeah.
and he like, uh, yeah, I have never asked for one, and it's like there's no warnings or anything. It's just a straight
I
up
know that's the whole
penis.
point though. Like I've never even like been in a position where like I get one like unsolicited.
Whoa. I mean, I'd rather someone say, "Hey, tomorrow, would you like to see my pecker?" rather than just send it to me and have me like, "Whoa." Well, that's just me.
I don't know. I guess I'm a kid. I don't
That's
know.
what I said to Jesse the other day. I said, like, guys send you a message and they go, "Oh, I need help," and then you'll be like, okay, what do you need help with? Thinking they need like food, or they're hungry, or they've
Right?
got nowhere to
I want to
live,
like help your soul.
or they're depressed, and then they go, "Oh, I want to show you something," and it's like, do you want to? How is that helping you? Like, and Jesse goes, "I don't know. It's not helping me. I've never done it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but still, males. It's like,
It's gotta
whew,
be like a really fascinating topic to actually research because you're like, there's a lot of guys that like to do this. Like they love the fact that they're surprising either. Okay, there's a couple platforms that can be happening. I mean, guarantee you not on YouTube. They know they're messing with your channel. But on like You know, if it's like just like if I were to have, which I don't, have some dude on my phone sending me a picture of his penis, like he's like, check this out. Okay, yeah,
But
okay.
how is it helping
I
them?
can't.
Like, is it,
First of all, I can't imagine any woman being like, "Oh wow, oh I cannot wait to. I want to see that live. That's the best PB ever." No, no girl's ever gonna do that. like, like,
Jesse, shut up, okay? Hello, Stallion. No, hello, Stallion. All right, just to address somebody in the comments that's being a goose, this man messaged me and it was really, really late, and he was like saying that he needed help and all of this bullshit. And stupid me was like, oh, I said to Jesse, Jesse's going, oh, he just wants to show you his thing. I'm like, no, he doesn't want to show me his thing. Why would he want to show me his thing? You're in my photo. He doesn't want to show me his thing. Anyways, me being what Jesse calls me, counselor of the year, messages this poor man back, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, I'm lonely and I'm depressed. And like, me not wanting him to do anything stupid to himself, tries to engage in conversation. And um,
oh, wait,
I
is
I
this?
don't know what ended up happening, but Jesse ended up grabbing the phone and no, the guy goes, I want to show you something. And Jesse goes, is it his thing? Is it your thing that you want to show me? And the guy goes, yeah. So straight away, Jesse was like, here you are being counselor of the year, and all he wanted to do was show you
The
his
W,
thing.
the
And
W.
I'm going, but Jesse, like, I was trying to help save someone's life. I didn't think that
I
he
didn't
wanted, like,
think that they were trying to flash me their wiener.
man, I've got 6 sons. I've got a partner. I know what they look like.
Ah, my son literally got he's at the age now where he's getting a little embarrassed about like seeing anybody, like oh. And I'm like, dude, like there's nothing that came like that I will respect your privacy, but we do share a bathroom because we are remodeling. And just mind you, like everything that like you're worried about me seeing came out of my body. Like I literally created this. I made this happen. So I'm sorry, like I will respect your privacy. 'Cause I love you and I don't want to make you uncomfortable. But if I need to pee and you're in the bath, cover it up with a towel. Sorry, it's gonna happen. Like
Well, I'm always being walked in on. Like, I don't think I've had a shower in peace for.
that's my whole point is I've never peed by myself ever. Ever. And I don't expect to, and it's never gonna happen. Whether it's the dog or the kid or the husband, someone's walking in.
Sally Ann, yes, I've got 6 boys and 2 daughters. I've got 8 babies, also, or they're not babies anymore. But yeah,
I have
8
two
little
I have two
munchkins.
only children, a 53-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, I've got Jesse too, which is probably
You got
he's
a
pretty.
basketball team, girl. You do got a basketball team. You are ready to ball.
And Jesse was talking about trying to have another one the other day. I'm like, hell no. We got all of them in school. My eldest is 18. Like we've got them, most of them in the teenage years. Like, woo. Oh, thank you, Sally Ann. I'm 36, so
During that energy. I bought pillows. I bought COVID pillows extra.
what's a COVID pillow?
So they would go between me and my husband.
Oh, we sleep in separate beds
Love
anyway
him.
because
Love him. Love him.
I'm a little diva. I don't like people in my beds that fart and snore and talk in their sleep, and so I just have a double bed to myself. Saves all the arguments. Luann, you've got a 33-year-old, so he would have been born in what, 88 or something? The 80s babies are the bomb. Oh, don't leave me.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm putting lip gloss on.
Yeah, I didn't even put makeup on today. I look
Oh, I
proper
don't wear makeup.
embarrassed. But 29, wow. Rachel, your daughter's nearly 30.
Rachel, I've been 29 for 12 years, effective yesterday. Day before yesterday.
It's like with all majority of us, or from what I know, have boys.
So my son, there's no on my husband's side, there are no female grandchildren.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And on my side, technically, he's the only grandchild. But my mom married my stepdad, who, I mean, obviously his grandkids are like, they're mine. They're mine. I took them.
Well, I was the only child, so I tried to give my parents as many grandkids as I could. And my dad passed away. My dad passed away a week before my eldest daughter's first birthday back in 2004.
Mm.
And my mum um, ended her own life in 2016. So she'd seen all of my kids be born. Well, yeah, they've all been born and everything, but she really didn't have much to do in their lives, which is sad now because well, I'm really grateful. I've got Jesse's mum who has taken my kids on.
You tell me about her. She sounds like a
She,
fabulous.
she's a savior,
It's
and like she's
amazing.
taken me on as like there's things that I don't have brothers or sisters. I don't have then like I don't have
Yes, you
any other family.
do.
No, well, besides blood wise, I mean, but I've been taken like yeah, I didn't think anyone could love my children the way that Jesse's mum has taken them on and his family. So
That's
I'm really
beautiful.
grateful. Yeah, yeah,
And see, that is a testament of love that my dad my dad was adopted as a baby by my grandfather, who I didn't even know until I was like 8 years old. I was like, wait, you have a different last name than me. This doesn't make sense. You're supposed to have my last name because you're like the dad of the dad, and we should have the same last name. Well, he didn't. And so that's when I had to hear the story. Well, my dad's dad had died when he was 2. And interestingly enough, so my dad also committed suicide when I was 15. And the man that my mother married, his father had adopted his older brother. Uncle
oh
Earl,
wow,
amazing man, amazing man. Yeah. And so then when this happened, they didn't get married for quite a few years later. I was already an adult by that time. They had to go to court for what's called an adult adoption. Like if that I was adopted as an adult, which sounds so weird, but it's kind of like I was adult adopted by my stepdad after my dad had passed away. And it kind of like the story just kind of like it was like once it just so it's essentially what you're saying too though is in the event that something happens, you will probably be the first person to be jumping in on something and picking up those babies, because that's exactly how what we look at. Like we look at that too. Like we will be that family if there's ever, and we have been that family for my siblings. When the time was needed, we have been that family. We have been that rock, and just in testament to what we've seen in our history, in my lineage. Because I think lineage is something we never really talk about, because there is something that I always say, like, if you're doing a little bit better than your parents did, you're doing a good fucking job.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
But my
doing just a
parents,
little bit better.
they had their problems, and I wasn't really raised by them. Like they had their issues. They were heroin addicts
Mhm.
and in and out of jail and things like that. So my dad's mum, well, first of all, I went to my mum's mum and dad, but they also had teenage daughters. So after a few years, long story short, I was about to be put up for adoption when I was about 18 months old. And my grandmother, my dad's mum, flew from a different state, from Sydney to Queensland, to say goodbye to me. And she said that she just looked in these big brown eyes and she couldn't
She
do
can
it.
do it.
So
She can do it.
she ended up flying back with me, and until I was 8, I lived with her. Then my parents went and got custody back of me, and from there it was so different going from a lady who was so stable and made me feel so secure to a life where sort of I had to grow myself up. And then I became a mum really young. I was 16 when I fell pregnant with Casey, 17 when I had her, and it was like I didn't know what to do. Still to this day, like I didn't have a mum figure, like, so I don't know how to be like sort of how to be a mum. I try my
Yeah.
best and I do what comes natural and everything. But and the one thing that I try to do the most is remind my kids, even, and Jesse can attest to this, if even if I'm, if they've done something really stupid, like for example, my son went to run out on a road one day and I just remember grabbing him and I
Spank
started
him?
yelling
You
at
spank
him.
him? I would spank him.
No, no, no. I started yelling at him like, there's a car, you nearly got hit. And then in the middle of saying it, I always let them know that regardless of me yelling at them or anything, like, I love you, this is why I'm doing this. Never forget that I love you. And that sort of, because that was something that I never got brought
Right.
up, being told that I was loved, being told that, anything like that.
Everything
So,
you always
yeah,
smooth my kid. I love you. I mean,
yeah,
I smother that little shit with love so much. Like he's like, stop kissing me. Ew.
yeah,
Ew.
yeah,
I'm like, if you don't get up, I'm gonna smooch you. If you don't get up from school, I'm gonna snuggle with you. I'm gonna hug you and I'm gonna smooch you. And it sounds so weird to say. It's probably a horrible thing to say as a parent. I'm sure some psychologist gonna like look at this and be like, you should not be like doing that with your child. But no, because I didn't have that either. So it was, this is something I'm very weird about. Like I want to make sure my kid knows. It doesn't
yeah.
matter how messed up I am at one point or life
And
is.
you never know how long you've got here. Like, in all honesty, you never do. You never know. Like, I think that it was Luann who just wrote up in comments that she had a baby that passed away. Like, she miscarried. Like, that's after I lost my dad in 2004, and it was just before I was 18. Then I lost my son in 2008, and going through giving
But
birth to
you
him.
had a full pregnancy.
Yeah. Oh, well, he was 28 weeks when he was born, but he was a baby. He was a baby. He was alive for half an hour, and then he passed like after half an hour. So he actually passed away on my chest, and this is something that I can. Jesse, you're in the comments. You can. He took his last breath here, and I actually felt it going into my mouth, sort of thing. So I had Snapchat, and I used to go on Snapchat, and all the time there'd be a filter on my face and there'd be a filter on my chest. And after a while, it was like, holy shit, that's where Riley died. Like, could that be he's, like showing me that he's around? Now, I've had this gift my whole life, and I can sit there and I can do mediumships for total strangers, and I can do mediumships for people that I've never met before. And spirits come through, like their family members come through to me.
This one's not good.
And
This one's different.
I've tried so hard for any of my mum, my dad, my grandmother, my son, any
I
of them to
know.
come through just
I
to
know.
boost me up from those times of,
It's part of the gift though.
and it's like they've never ever come through. Well, I started doing EVPs again at the start of this year, and 3 times since I've been doing them, my son's name's come up, and it's never ever come up before. So, like, it's come up Riley, Riley, Riley. So it's sort of telling me, that he is here with me. But in saying that, he was due on the 17th of December, and my son
My
here, my
dad's
oldest.
birthday.
Well, that's my grandmother's birthday, and my mum's birthday is the 16th of December. My
My
son
dad's
here,
birthday is the
Bo,
17th.
my son here, Bo, who's 11 in December, was actually born on the 17th of December, 2 years later. On the day Bo was born, I passed away. I bled out. They took me in to get my placenta removed, being my sixth baby. It was mounted onto my wall. I
You had
woke
to
up 2 days after giving birth. So I was in a coma for 2 days. I woke up 2 days after giving birth, and my mobile phone had been
get
stolen.
ugly.
My mobile phone had been stolen from the hospital, and in that phone was my memory card of my son's funeral and all of the photos of my son. So I lost absolutely everything of my son that passed away. So after the hate, and after, like, I was stuck in, I mean, I still am grieving now, but I mean, it's been 13 years, but I still am, I'm a mess when it comes to what
That's
happened.
that is a loss of a child. There are no words for it. You lose a husband, you're a widow. You lose, your wife, you're a widow or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like there's words for losing your partner. There is no actual word to describe losing a child because it's not supposed to happen. And then at the same token, this beautiful soul, look how much this baby touched you. What a beautiful gift. What a beautiful gift. All that
And
love,
you know what?
all that love.
It
Even
also,
though it didn't work out in the dreams of everything, but that baby is with you. And
well,
the reason you
Donna,
can't hear him right now is because he's growing right next to you. Every moment, he's 13 right now. He's sitting there, he's playing basketball. He's with you right now. He's
yeah.
growing with you. He's with you.
Oh,
It's
I know.
not necessarily, it just, it's, I know this on my own level, on my own situation with my own family, in my own situation, but I know this because I know it because I felt it. Because I felt my little girl. I felt her. I felt her. I felt her. And I knew she was coming. I knew. I mean, I talked about her for years. I was talking about her for years. Like, I was like, I'm having a little girl. Like, her name's going to be Giada. And I had an ectopic pregnancy
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing because I didn't grieve it. I was like, well, I almost died. I really almost died.
Okay.
Ah,
So,
I almost died.
I've
Eh.
got 8 living, and exactly the same thing. I had an ectopic pregnancy in 2018. I ended up, I bled for like 30 days. In the end, it was to the point where I couldn't move from being on my side. So I went to hospital, and when I got to hospital, the baby
Good.
was the baby had a heartbeat and was big enough in my tube, but my tube was about to explode. So they had to actually take my whole tube with the baby also. So that's another thing. Like, we've fallen pregnant twice. We lost a baby in February this year, and that's when I said to Jesse, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's more so I get myself all worked up. We start going and buying things. Jesse hasn't gotten any biological children. Like, my babies aren't Jesse's. He's taken mine on, but my babies aren't Jesse's. He's been there since Tremaine was a baby, but we don't have a baby together. So I've tried, and as I said to Jesse, I think it's, there's a bit of an age difference between Jesse and I also. I'm a bit older. And I think that my body's just, I can't, I can go up to about 7 weeks and I just can't, go any further. So
Yeah, me too.
there's no point putting ourselves through the pain of continuously doing it, going,
Ugh.
yeah. So I said to him, look, we're not even gonna,
I've had 5 miscarriages since then.
yeah.
So it's like God's like, you're gonna have a baby, you're gonna have a baby, and then like, so I stopped telling my husband when I was pregnant. So poor him. I'm a bitch because as soon as you get pregnant, the hormones are like boom. It's like a like poor guy. Oh my god, no, I can't believe he's still with me. Like it's horrible. It's horrible. And yeah, I know it's been tough.
Thank you for joining us, Evan.
But anyways, we can talk about other. Thank you for sharing with me though. I kind of need to release that too though. That's really beautiful.
Well, that's something that, like, this channel isn't for drama. This channel isn't like for, I've been attacked on YouTube and I was going to bring it onto my channel, and then I thought, you know what, I started my channel not to, I wanted to get into true crime too, but I started this channel to show people that this gift does exist,
And everyone.
and I'm willing to, I used to just love getting on here and doing free readings for everybody, but it's more so that I don't have a life, I don't have friends, so I also interact with, like, Rachel and Irvin. Like, we were so close at one stage, but I think him and Jesse still talk. But it's
Oh,
nice to see him
that's
here.
Irvin. That's Natasha's friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
See you, Irvin. Thank you for joining.
Sorry.
And yes, Rachel, he really is. Jesse really is amazing. Like, I've got so much. I've got really bad post-traumatic stress. I don't show it on live. I don't show it when I'm on other people's panels and things. Like, it's all smiles and, Miss
Isn't it
Taylor.
always like that for all of us? Like we don't talk about the pain.
no, and deep down, like if I don't know, I'm a very, I don't know. Jesse said that when he met
You're
me, he seen
stoic.
that
You're
he
stoic.
seen that I was broken, but he seen that I wasn't broke. I was broken. I could be put back together. So he's sort of helped me put myself
He's
back together.
beautiful. He's beautiful. The two of you, I mean, I know I hate my husband half the time, most of the time. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Being married, no one fucking tells you how hard it's gonna be. No one ever sits there and is like, "Oh, congratulations, you're married. This is gonna be a fucking shit show for you half the time." Good luck.
Oh, Irvin,
No one says
really? So
anything.
sorry. I'm so you did find out? I'm wow. Sorry, I was just replying to a comment then.
No, no, go. Sorry,
I've
I was
done
being
a lot
silly.
of I've done a lot of readings for people. Like I don't just do them on here. Like I do them behind. Like if people aren't comfortable with what I read, like I'd rather do it personally. So I think I think that I seen something in one of my readings and told Irvin, and wow, okay. See, I love when people will say to me, "Oh, like that."
The
I don't know.
clarity.
I
It's
don't know if you
it's the
used to.
clarity. It's the clarity of the
Yes, because
connection.
honestly, at one stage I thought I was going crazy. Like I really did. After my son passed away, I got put in a mental institution, and that's when I actually it hit me that I'm not like I'm
No,
not.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not like there's nothing wrong with me. I've got a heart. I've got like I'm there. It's just
No,
that I'm
it's just people don't get us sometimes.
no. And when I hear things and see things, it's like sometimes it could it all be in my head sort of thing.
I
Like
don't
I
think
don't know.
Stephanie is still here, but if she is, she'll be the one to tell you. Like all of a sudden, I'll be like, "What? What's up? What's going on? What's up?"
Yeah,
I'm weird. I'm weird like that. Like I will text people like you today. Like I will do
yeah.
stuff like that all the time. Like it's just it's actually normal, right?
And that's like me too when I pick up things and I text people and it's like,
You did that to
what
me the other day, actually, just so you know.
what was that?
It was something with you. It was a very common thing that you said, but you snapped me out of something that I was like in my mind. I was going through that dark stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing that dark thing where you're like, and like you're sitting there, you're struggling within your own soul, and you're just like you're fighting within yourself, and you're sitting there and you're saying, like, oh God, I'm such a horrible person, but no, I'm not. I'm a great person, but 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 this is what's telling you you're a horrible person, like and like this whatever that thing is that's like, sitting there telling you that, and you text me, and all of a sudden I was like, boom,
Oh, see, and I pick up on things too. Like that's, yeah, I do. I pick up on things and I'll message people, but it's, I don't like being overbearing. I don't like people thinking that, and that's another thing that Jesse sort of gets the shits with sometimes because I give a lot of attention to other people,
oh my
not
husband hates this.
intentionally,
He really
not,
thinks that I'm obsessed with YouTube and that I'm
oh,
in love with YouTube.
Jesse and I broke up like a month ago, and it was basically because it's not that I'm having an affair on YouTube. It's like I give. He said to me, "Do I have to schedule a time with you on YouTube for you to talk to me?" And it's like, dude, we live together. Like like we talk about everything. But then when I want to talk to him about things that are happening on YouTube, like
Right.
I'm a mod for Natasha, and all this case that's going on, I get really invested in it, and I try to talk to him, and he's like, "Well,
Oh,
go
yeah.
find
See,
someone else to
I
talk
don't
to."
do the wrench thing very well. Don't make me a wrench ever. No.
Oh, don't go find someone else to talk to that understands your YouTube shit. And it's like, oh well, then you're going on at me, or do I have to
You know
make
what he said
time?
today? He goes, who's Robbie?
Well, Jesse was a bit jealous of Robbie at first, and then after he
And this is
started
the
talking
funny
to
thing,
Robbie,
because I was like, can you find me my Save Robbie sweatshirt?
yeah, I think Jesse just commented, "That's what I want, that jumper."
I haven't. I bought two, but it's probably cheaper for you to have him send it to you. I'll send you one. I accidentally bought two. We have no money, by the way.
What's my birthday coming up, Robbie? If you see this, I'd love one of those
She's a
jumpers.
Scorpio. And in fact, I know her birthday now.
Or Jesse, you
Every
can buy
time I
me.
see it, I'm gonna think of her.
Or any of you in chat, if you want to donate anything to me, donate me a jumper or something like that, or a candle even. I love candles. Oh, you're also sweet in the chat. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys. It's when I start talking.
I'm sorry, guys.
Really,
do you want me
I
to
get
step up for a
really.
little bit? I'm a little intense, apparently.
And yeah, when we're talking about stuff like that. Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, I know. I wish that. I don't know. I'm thinking about. We've got a plan, Jessie and I. My grandmother, before she passed away, she owns a house in Sydney. So I was thinking about maybe
Yeah.
asking my uncle if we can rent my nan's house because we want to live in, where she used to live. It's a joke, Rachel. It's not just us. Like I thought that it was just Jessie that thought like that, but yeah. I think, but YouTube gives me a life. Like if you've got no life, and during COVID, it's
Are you a mod for AB?
who me?
Rachel? AB?
Oh, Rachel is. I was, but
He made me a wrench like out of nowhere. The
yeah, he
Canadian.
made me a wrench out of nowhere too. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
took it off.
I just sent you an email about CBD, and he's an autistic child, so I was
Yeah.
like, I want to like, I get this shit, like, dude, believe me, I got you, bro. Like, but at the same token, like, I sell CBD like on like really big. I don't do like retail shit. I mean, I can, but I don't.
Once again, it's my birthday coming up in November. Just saying.
I wish I could send it to you. I don't know. Like, I believe me, the trafficking laws get really.
Well, I know that Rachel bought some. Rachel lives in Australia. She bought the chocolate and the. I don't know what she bought off AB. What did you buy off AB, Rachel? But she
Yeah,
messaged me and said that the chocolate was
but
really
he's
good.
Commonwealth though. He's Commonwealth. You guys have different laws. Canada to Australia, totally different than United States.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jessie, shut up. AB, the first time that Jessie ever seen AB, I turned it on and all we heard was, "You lied to the world, Darn Wells. You lied to the world." So now Jessie just does it out of nowhere. You lied to the world. You say AD to Jessie and he'll go, Wisconsin Whispers. Like, Jessie knows
I
all
don't.
of the YouTubers.
Do you
Like,
guys? Do you guys? I don't know, dude. Like, I cannot watch negative stuff on YouTube. I
I don't
can't
watch.
do it.
Yeah, Natasha's pretty much out of like all
I love Natasha, but like, I mean, I was pretty stoked to hear that she like made a shit ton of money.
Well, Natasha pretty much is the only one that I go into chats besides like yours, Robbie's. Like we've got a little group, our group. I go into all the chats and that, but so it was the chocolate. I might have to. I like chocolate, as you can tell. I'm a big chocolate fan. I'm a big food fan. Full stop.
No, no, I find Natasha fascinating. For me, like when any of them go negative, I don't do it. Like, for me personally, it doesn't work for me. That's all.
Well, I've sort of had a break from. I needed to get myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have had some things happen in my life, and I needed to get myself sort of on track. So I stepped back. So I'm sort of catching up on a lot of stuff's been happening in Natasha's chats, and it's like, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. So it's, yeah. Oh, really, Luann? Oh, well, I'll have to get Jessie to come on panel and say Wisconsin Whispers. So
Wisconsin.
is that in America or is that in
It's in America.
England? Oh, is it?
Yeah,
But
Wisconsin.
AD is English, isn't he?
He's in Canada, I think.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I like him. He's a cool dude. Here, Miss Teely, let's do a little reading for you real quick. You want to do a little reading?
Yeah.
You want to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is a question that you kind of are looking at? Like, if you can be a little, because I know you, so keep it as, open-minded, broad. If you like. Yeah,
So,
AB is Canada. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I want you guys to see this. This is my selenite lamp.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm sitting here. I'm like I'm rubbing the cards in the selenite.
I don't have one of those, but I do the sage. Before I come live, I sage, I put
Oh yeah,
incense
like
on.
look at me. I'm sitting here. I'm like I'm spraying stuff. It's like I'm like let's just do this.
Yeah, I get everything all set up and everything. Oh, Jesse, go away.
Yeah, Jesse,
Right.
you gotta go away, brother. I'll do a
You're going to
reading
be
for you
blocked.
next.
You're going to be blocked soon, Jesse. You and your
I'm
ninja.
gonna block you. We're gonna take you. I'm gonna take your wrench away. You have no wrench. You are not blue. Double D double
I,
da.
I don't know how to take people's wrenches away,
I don't
so
even know. I don't even. I mean, whatever. If you ever made me a wrench, I'm a pretty wrench.
Jesse makes people wrenches without telling me. Yeah. Oh, I
Okay,
got Jesse to
Jesse, I
make
want you to make me
Rachel.
a wrench. Hold on.
I got
Hold on,
Jesse to make
Jesse.
Rachel a wrench, but pretty much anyone else that I look in chat because I've got like my iPad going and then I've got the laptop. When I look up down, I see people are blue and I'm thinking, oh, okay. Jesse, make her blue. I don't know how to do it.
Make me blue. I'm blue. Dabu dee dabu da. Okay, think about what you want. What do you want to talk about?
Um, would moving, would the idea of me asking to move into my grandmother's house, would that go hopefully to plan? Like, can you see good in see what card you draw and what you feel from?
Um, Most important right now is like recreating the family like unit. That's most important right now. The unfortunately, this is like the unfortunate. I'm gonna give you both sides of it. The unfortunate side of it is it really depends what you want in your actual like physical relationship. You will make the right choice based upon your next move.
And that makes sense.
This has nothing to do necessarily with. I'm saying that very straightforward to you
hmm
without being too straightforward.
hmm
Um, this has a lot to do more with yes, in the right moment, this could be an excellent thing to do. But at the same token, I really feel uh I like what I'm seeing like in my heart is like a gathering of like arms like holding everybody in together.
hmm
That's what I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling like this, like holding everything in together. Um, I don't want you because those are your roots. You holding that in, those are your roots. And by stepping into another woman's home, it does not matter who she is, whether it's your own mother, whether it's anybody, any other woman's home, you are stepping into her roots. These are your roots.
hmm
And you have to be very cognizant of choices
Yeah,
around this. Does that make sense?
yeah, and I
I I,
think what you're
I keep feeling this like in my, like right here in my heart. Like I feel this like protective thing. Like this is a protective thing. This is your chalice,
I
and
think
it
it's
doesn't
more
mean
the long term.
way no disrespect. Just so you know, this is absolutely no disrespect,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
none whatsoever. It has nothing. This is for you. This is your thing. This has
Hmm.
nothing to do with the. This does not necessarily mean that it's on the best interest for everybody else. This is you.
Yeah.
This is like your chalice and your fountain. I'm seeing a fountain all of a sudden. I'm seeing like water coming out of a fountain and like a little bit of water coming out of a fountain. I'm seeing like little bits of that right now. Um, okay, so there's something there that is okay. Okay, this is what I'm also seeing. This is an excellent opportunity because your summer break is coming soon
Hmm.
for those kiddos.
No, it's in December now.
It's coming soon. No,
Hmm.
I wish mine was in December, motherfucker. No. So I'm seeing this. Have the open dialogue. Do this openly as much as you possibly can in like your most authentic, genuine self. Just be genuine and authentic. I really feel like this mother spirit is gonna hear you. She's gonna hear you. She's not gonna listen, but she's gonna hear you.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yeah. That, yeah. It makes a louder sound.
Is that too much? I'm sorry, did I go too deep?
No, no. I think it's more so what I wanted to hear anyway. Yeah, but I'll
Would
put you in on that. All
would
right,
you
now
say?
my mum joined. So while you've got your cards out, do you want to do one for Rhonda, who is Jesse's mum?
Oh,
So I'll put you
I
on
think I
speaker.
just did though.
No, it wasn't that for me.
It was for you, but it wasn't. Isn't this like your connection?
No, it was I was talking about my like me us moving to my nan's house, which is
Oh,
in a different
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Okay.
know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, do you have states over there?
Yeah, there's 50 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in a different state than us. So if you want to, oh shit, I don't want to remove you from the stream. I'm going to try to, Mum. This is Jet's mum, and the reason that Jet's mum's doing your reading is because um I'd rather Jet's mum do it since she doesn't know you or anything. So we'll just see what Jet's mum picks up. I'm going to try to make Jet's mum's screen bigger.
No.
Yes, because this isn't yet. No, I know. I go when I see myself. It's like, whoa. Okay, if I end the stream, we will be back, but hopefully this works. There you go. And I'm going to mute myself. And Rhonda, this is for you.
Okay, Rhonda. If you can put something in that you like to look at. So immediately I feel like there's something going on that's like maybe not feeling well. Maybe stomach. I don't know. Rhonda, if you have a specific question, either tell one of your kiddos and they'll let me know. Or I can just kind of go with it. Thank you. In my very special hoodie. So I don't have a specific question. Um, I feel like you go with the flow. Like it's just what the the universe brings you. You go, you travel along with it. I I do feel like you are a protector. I do also see that you don't ever tell anybody when you feel like you're drowning emotionally. And if you do, mm, I don't think you do actually. I feel like you want to have fun with people. I also feel like you have this part of you that's kind of like this challenging piece, Rhonda, that's missing. Um, it's almost like okay, what I'm seeing is like okay, like you're in high school and all your friends are getting like the star parts of like the freaking play, and you're in the chorus once again, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? I'm way more talented than these bitches. Sorry, I'm saying bad words, Rhonda. I don't mean to. But I feel like you're kind of like in this moment right now where you're like, I'm gonna make myself heard. You hear? That's kind of what I'm seeing. I don't see like I'm not, but I don't. I don't ask for negatives or problems or anything. Like that has to be something like. But I also don't. I walk in Christ light, so it has to always be on a positive thing for me. Um, Money is an issue. I know I understand that money is a thing that you're struggling a little bit like but I don't feel like you're I okay, you've also come to the reality that it's always going to work out. That's what I'm feeling like it's going to work out. Bah. But I think like you're like fuck this is my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. Whatever's going on right now it's your turn. I feel that very strongly right now. Um and I'm not going to try to offend anybody here, but yeah, you're right. It is your turn. So everybody that's like you've been so worried about, they got this. They got this. You've done well. Don't worry about feeling like you can't breathe. Cuz I know that feeling where you're like hey, this is your turn. This is your time to shine. I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know if you have a partner or like you have been with someone a long time or like you're like in the search for something. Whatever that is, I'm feeling very much. I feel more like individual. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel it's individual. It's like boom, like me, me, me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't necessarily, I'm not seeing like that, like you're like, this is my time. This is my time. That's what I'm feeling. So without any more information, I really can't give you more unless you want me to keep going. Rhonda.
I really think I should let you keep going because honestly, you are freaking spot on. So I think that, yeah, Rhonda, do you want any, like, do you want
You can
to
give her my cell phone number if she wants to call me too. I'm okay with that.
Alrighty, well there you go, Rhonda. But honestly, just yeah, that was wow.
I'll take a picture of the spread, but just so you know, I'll take a picture of it for you.
That's what I do too.
I'll take well for you because I mean I don't read spreads, by the way. So if like you read this, it's not going to be the real thing. So I don't read
Hmm.
spreads. I look at them and I'm like, mm.
See, I've got these two. Excuse me. These two books are full of spreads. Now these are, if you're going by the
Got
actual,
it.
the actual spreads. I don't really.
I wonder, I've always wondered if I take a picture of it and I do this, I wonder how on top of it I am. I kind of know, I mean, I know the basics of the things, but I don't really pay attention to it. Because like right now I'm sitting here with the star card and like I'm like looking at other things and I'm seeing other things. So it just,
Mhm.
it's different for me. Because anything can be a tool. You can look at a candle. You can watch the leaves swaying in the wind. You can look at flowers blooming. You can look at, the freaking water dripping out of your freaking faucet that doesn't stop dripping. It doesn't matter. Like there is a message that you can listen to God however you want to. If God works through, because God works through all of us. I like the God word. I'm a God person, so touche if you don't like it.
Well, and see me, I'm not really religious, but I
I'm not
don't
religious. I am not religious, by the way.
I don't I believe there's something. I believe there's a higher power, but I just don't know what exactly that higher power is. I'm adamant that it's definitely not a female higher power because I think that we've got shit worse off in life. So I will stick with it. It's some sort of male, ugh. But
Patriarchal bullshit.
yeah, so to say. But yeah, as far as religion goes, I mean, I've got things like this, but this is basically to. I don't know if you will be able to see this if I show you. Um,
No, Rhonda, I know you're a beautiful person.
I don't know if you can see that, but this crystal is actually my dad's face is inside that crystal.
Oh,
So when I do my readings, I've got all my other crystals, but yeah, I guess I'm religious in a different way than it's
religion.
not.
Religion is it takes every single text, whether it be the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, every
Hmm.
single one of them says the same passage. It takes two people together in worship of God.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah.
And this essentially, this some people will look at this as like this is like this is bad stuff. No, but if I'm putting my energy in like my light of my God and my Christ light, no, I'm never going to give anything that's not in his highest good, right? Or my highest good,
Hmm.
my for the person's highest good. Like there's nothing that's going to come out that's not on the highest good.
All right.
And that's why I am very adamant about that.
I just want to hang on, I'll pin this one. Luann, I spoke to you before, darling. As I said, it's not just you. I think that everybody. Well, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I think that we all sort of are our worst critics. And when I spoke to you before, honestly, I've seen you as a person. Like I don't know, I've never really met you or anything, but I I pick up vibes, and I don't connect with people that aren't pure in my thoughts. So I honestly, I think that maybe, I don't know. I need to message you after I finish this live, definitely, Lorraine. But um, I think that I'm going to leave that one now for Rhonda. And would you like to do a reading for Luann, if possible, please?
Um,
Luann, is there any specific questions or anything that you'd like answered? Because see, you honestly, I know Rhonda, and you don't know Rhonda. You've never spoken to her. That was just amazing. Mum, what I'll do is I will get you to download this app thing that I've got, and you can actually talk to people in other countries without having to connect it up to your mobile phone.
oh yeah.
So I will hook you up with Jet's mum, but I honestly think that it's better if somebody else does
Did
mum's
that make
reading
sense though
rather
for
than.
her? I haven't heard her respond yet. I hope that was. I did.
It was fully like you hit the nail on the head. And that's why I wanted you to stop at the relationship bit, because I think maybe Rhonda might want you to, I don't know, go further into what you see
No,
there.
there's more to that, but I wasn't going to. I stopped. I
Yeah,
mean, I naturally stopped. I
yeah,
was kind of like, like because okay. One thing I will say, Rhonda, is that gut instinct you're feeling, whatever it is right now, is spot on, girl. Like you got this. Like you got this. Um, it's generational shit. If that makes sense.
yep, it does. All right, so Luann just wrote, can you see when I pin comments? Can you see what's on the screen?
I can now. Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. I'm gonna make your screen bigger again.
Oh, Luann, Rhonda said she's happy for me to go on. How about Rhonda? Because I'm connected to your children. Um, I'm gonna be up for a while because like this shit wakes me up. I can't sleep after this. I'm happy to talk with you after privately, and we can talk about things and see what comes up. Because yeah, I definitely had some other things. I'm just careful what I say, but nothing bad. Like nothing like wow, I'm missing something. Okay, Luann, what's going on? You want an overall? My health and well-being at this time of life. Okay, my health and my well-being. Um, I'm going to say something about the whole health question. I'm not going to give any diagnosis. I am not a medical professional. Um, I can tell you what I feel. Immediately I feel depression. Um, yeah, there's underlying medical stuff that's happening, but I see you as a little kid, like super innocent, and I feel like you became an adult really fast. And I'm not talking about any sort of weird, I'm not saying like anything like that. I don't see anything like that. But I feel like you became an adult really fast. Luann, did you have a grandmother that I feel like a grandmother. She might not even be related to you. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing you. I don't want to use cards actually. Um, yeah, I feel like exactly. I see this grandma like she was very like I see like I don't know why I see pigtails and like this like motherly thing that was like might be the most motherly thing you may have like experienced. I'm not sure. She's with you right now. Um, she's kind of like I feel like she's like an Italian grandma, like smacking you, like, come on, pull together. I don't know. I don't. That sounds horrible, and I especially with someone with depression, I'm not trying to shame that whatsoever. But I feel like she's kind of like she's like pulling you by like some strings here, like pulling you in. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you went through some shit, dude. Yes, I get it. I mean I see Italian because that's how I represent like that that's my that's yeah that's what I see. uh, yeah, no, I'm not trying to say like it doesn't it can like transmute like over all generations and all like ethnicities. It isn't. I'm just seeing it from like an I'm seeing it from my perspective, I guess. Yeah, like um, I feel like you come from a lineage of very strong women, very very strong women. I think it may have skipped a generation. I feel like you may have been skipped. Like you were the one, like so then like you're stepping into this same lineage, and it may not be necessarily what you've been like taught, or I don't know. Like there's something weird here where you're like you were the mom. I don't know. I feel like you were the mom of generations or something. I don't know. I feel like what I'm seeing is like a comic book, and it's kind of like comic books were big in like the 20s through the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. And then like I'm seeing these pages turn and you're kind of like kind of stoic in that sense of just like, dude, ugh, yeah, I'm gonna be the mom. Um, I don't know. I'm feeling like I think you could work with people and release some of this because this okay, I'm sorry. I'm seeing like full on fucking Catholic guilt. Like Catholic guilt. So you're just sitting there like whatever you what that means to me is like whatever you were raised in and like whatever they told you was the way it was necessarily it's interesting because you made a comment I think earlier about like thinking like like being concerned about like readings and stuff like that. Like, so it's funny that this comes up because it's like it's weird how the word it works like that. Because I'm thinking like maybe I don't know. Something kind of like something's holding on to this you letting go of something. You gotta let go. You gotta let go of that not letting go, but healing from it, accepting it as part of yourself, not letting go. This is a part of you. This is you. But like understanding it and like holding it true in yourself is going to be very healing for you emotionally. And I do feel like the judgments of others hurt you. And you kind of know better, but you're kind of like it doesn't it's still it's like an emotional reaction. Whether that's from like medication or whether that's from like things in your world or whether it's just from experience, it's something you do have more control over that you actually think. And if people are hurting you, girl, fuck them. Sorry, that's a horrible thing to like. But do not let people define your existence. That's what and I didn't pull any cards. Okay, so now I'm looking through the comments now. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I felt that judgment thing. I felt that really strong right now. Luann, we were all judged. We are all judged from the moment we wake up every day to how we turn what we do in our daily lives and our choices that we make. We are all being judged. But the question is, what does judged mean? Sometimes it means that you need to be seen. And it might not be that you're being judged. It might mean that your spirit needs to be seen. You need a voice. That depth of loneliness is something that people don't understand unless they're in it. That depth of loneliness can destroy you. If you can, Luann, find a place of service. Help other people if you can. Any way, shape, or form. Anything. Anything you do in your highest good in service of others is going to help you. It gets hard when we're stuck, that's that point that you said that judgment is coming upon yourself because that's all you can see. But when you can see others and you're helping others, and it could be freaking watering plants for your neighbor. It can be, calling to check on your friend's elderly mother. It could be anything. It could be doing an art project with a little kid across the way. Being in service of others is healing. It makes you feel purpose. Because we're never alone. We're never alone. We're all connected. Reaching out to a friend saying, hey, Miss T, Margie, I need some help. Hey, what can I do to brighten your day? Can I sing you a song? Can I play you a song? Can I think of something that would it's small stuff. It could be very small. And the healing will come with that, of the spirit and the getting rid of the demon of depression. Because the demon of depression, not only is it's something that we're built with. We're built with this shit. It's stuck in us no matter what we do. But when we go into service, it works. Oh no, I don't feel you judge anybody, Luann. I'm sorry. If that came out, sweetheart, that's not is anything less. I don't think you judge anybody. I think you feel judged by people, and that judgment can, yeah, I know that feeling. Okay,
You're amazing, honestly.
I don't want to be like the whole picture. Yeah, make me small.
I'm back. Alrighty. Well,
Really, that was really.
how did you feel about that?
I didn't even use any cards because I knew she had an issue with cards.
I think that I've drew Luann a few cards before. Um,
I think she's beautiful. I think she's lovely.
Luann, honestly, anyone that's here on on this channel at the moment, I mean, it says that there's 7 people watching, but there's only what 4 or 5 people commenting. Everyone that's here, we're not judging you, honey. And as I said to you
Oh,
before, like there's
maybe,
like I do not think in any way that you
no,
are a
no,
bad
I don't think
mother
she's saying
or
that either. Though she's just saying that she doesn't judge people, but she does feel judged by
yeah,
people. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think here
And
though.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like everyone that's here, don't
Yeah,
feel that here, sweetie. Like we're not, yeah. So I've got a few other people. So I've got Tracy that said that she wanted.
you're gonna exhaust me. It's your turn.
Yeah, no, I will actually. I'll do the next one, and then I think that Sally Yan asked for a message, and then Lani does too. All right. Well, I know Lani personally, so I'm going to leave Lani to you
Okay.
because it's easier. Like, yeah, I find it easier doing readings for people that I don't know. So Tracy,
It's hard because you don't want to say anything because you know their story. Like that.
and not just that too. The things that I pick up sometimes, like the things that I see and pick up while I'm doing readings, as much as if I feel bad things, as much as I don't want to relay the message, it's sort of what I'm here for.
What
In
did you feel in those two things that I did? What were you? Was I with like with your own intuition?
the first one, honestly, knowing Rhonda, it was like wow, and that's why I'm like I've got to try to get you to be able to speak to her sometime after this because there's more that's yeah. I've done a few readings and pretty much what you picked up is
Well, that
completely
was nothing
accurate.
said too. That was interesting.
And the last reading, Luann, I sort of know well, I've spoken to her today and I know how she sort of is. So, or how she's feeling today, I should rephrase that. So I wanted just to see from someone else's perspective and you doing that without the cards, you're just freaking amazing. Like it's wow. So, Tracy wanted, oh shit, I just lost the comment. I think it was just a general reading. So I've got 2 decks of cards in front of me, Tracy. I'm not going to use any of the major arcana or that. I'm just going to use self care or the soul's journey only because pretty much you can make positive messages out of these cards, even if it's like not a positive card that you're pulling, if that makes any sense at all. But so do you want to comment, Tracy, if you'd rather? So the Soul's Journey is this deck, and it's pretty much basically what it says. Soul's Journey. It's lesson cards. It's I think relaying messages from your higher spirit on possibly what you need to work on, and the self care cards are pretty much exactly what they sound like. Self care. What you sort of need to work on yourself. The Soul's Journey cards are absolutely beautiful. I don't think you should be able to see it, but they're gold, like they're gold on the actual cards. They're beautiful, but um, Aha. All right, so I'm just waiting for. Hello, Robin. How are you? Actually, you know what? I'm drawn. Oh, screen had just disappeared. I'm drawn to the Soul's Journey. So I hope that that's the deck that you wanted, Tracy. Aha! I just picked it up and then I seen your comment. All right, great. All right, so what I'll do is I just
You want
usually.
to double team it?
Pardon?
Want to double team it?
If you want to.
Yeah. Well, you know this person, right? This is Robin.
No, this is Tracy. I don't know Tracy. No, so
Okay, no,
this is
you're right.
going to.
No. How'd you
Hold on
do it?
1 second. I've got a kid at the door. Hold on 2 seconds. Sorry. All right. Sorry. I think we should be commenting this in private chat if he's talking about getting me birthday presents. But I like jewelry and I like now I'm joking. All right. I was joking.
He wants a Rolex. Okay, guys.
Ooh. All right. So what I usually do when I draw these cards is I only usually draw one card and basically leave that as a message for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to draw 3, and that's only I don't know. That's only because I'm feeling good. All right. So the first card that I drew, I'll show you in 1 second. What I'm just trying to do is see what I can sort of pick up from them. The first card that I drew was discipline, and it says I can accomplish what I set my mind to. The second card that I drew was pride, and it says I love myself and I see myself in everyone. And the third card that I drew was judgment, and it says I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So either the spirits have actually drawn cards. No, I'm feeling that these are for Tracy. Okay, so discipline, pride, and judgment. Discipline, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I don't know you at all, Tracy. But okay, from what I'm seeing, I'm putting the 3 cards together. So there's discipline, pride, and judgment. Can you just answer and just it's a yes or no? You don't have to go into details or anything. Are you in a relationship at the moment that sort of is maybe rocky? Sorry. Or it may not even be a relationship as in okay. That's what I was just going to get to. It might not even be a relationship as in male, female, or female, like a relationship. This could, looking at it more, I'm more so picking up possibly a friendship now. Hello, Siren. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. So the discipline was card number 1, but then when I'm looking at them together, I've got discipline, pride, and judgment. Now, from what I'm picking up, so discipline, obviously, children, you discipline them. I'm more so feeling that it's more that you need to sort of discipline yourself to put your foot down, if that makes sense. Tracy, you can comment like at any time. I'm thinking that whatever is pointing me to the discipline card. So maybe you're letting someone walk all over you. Maybe you know that someone is backstabbing you or something. I'm sort of picking up a circle, so a close friend or something. It's actually we're all adults here. It's seems to me, what I'm seeing is it's fucking with your pride. So, and that's that could mean that it's Jet's mum's such a better talker than me. That could mean that it's sort of, you know, you're getting depressed. It's it's the negativity that we were talking about just earlier.
You're on point.
So the pride being pushed down is the end result judgment. Um, you know the road that you've got to take, and you know what you've got to do. You sort of have that feeling inside that something's not right. It You know what you've got to do, and at the end of the day, your better judgment. So you either getting rid of this person, or stepping back so that it's giving you, so that you're sort of stepping away from the situation. Um, at the end of the day, your judgment is what is going to boost your pride, and it's the discipline that you've got to set for. Well, as you just said, then it could be personal discipline, and a friend could be both. So the discipline is, yeah. I think I just sounded like I was going around in circles. And hey,
Oh no, you're totally fine. Stop it.
you're such a better talker than me.
No, no. I'm a little bit older than you. That's all.
Definitely, what I'm picking up is though that somebody is. I'm going to put it in my words. Somebody's shitting on you, and the shitting on you is bringing your pride. So it's like you've got no self-esteem. You've been brought down, and it's your better judgment that has to be made at the end of the day. And I think that you know exactly what your better judgment is, Tracy. So follow your heart. And
I feel fierce, bitch. I'm sorry. Right? Fierce.
And stop letting it happen, because at the end of the day, you don't deserve to, feel like shit because other people are, making you feel like that. And she said, spot on. Oh, thank you, Tracy. All right, well, that's my nerves are a bit gone. Jet's mum was doing the readings just before.
Oh my gosh, are you like? Am I intimidating you with my verbiage?
No, I've never done readings with anybody else before. So it's actually
I've never done readings with anybody ever before.
No, Robbie, I've done readings with Robbie. And Jesse's commenting, and he's sitting at my feet, like he's sitting right here.
I know. That's why I feel like I'm like, hey, brother, I'm gonna talk to you too. Hi, Jesse.
Oh no, you did brilliant. That was very the discipline of front. All right. Well, pretty much, you know what you need to do, Tracy. And at the end of the day, you deserve and are a lot better than I think what you're. What you're copying.
And that's a hard thing to say to someone. That's a really hard thing to say, just so you know. Like, that means, like, Miss T, like, that's spot on. That's a hard thing to say.
Yeah.
I would have beat around the bush on that one. I would have been like, see, that's why
I've learned that
you did this one because this is what they needed.
What I see is what I sort of have to relay. That's like, I'm besides being a mum, I'm not good at anything. I don't really have much in my life besides my kids and my partner. So this is something that I've done this for far out. It would be about, I don't know, 18, 19 years. So it's, it's something that, and if relaying messages means that I've got to pass on shit messages, well, I've got to, try to do it.
Look what Tracy just said. Amen, sister. Well, see, and like I never played with this. I mean, I've always been there and done this. Unfortunately, without my knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I hope that sort of helps a little bit. I mean, it's not, they're just cards that are being drawn and that, but maybe sometimes it's having clarity that it's not just you that's thinking it, if that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. It is one of these things where How do you say it?
Excuse me. Sorry, hang on 1 second. How about excuse my language, guys? And you won't usually see this side,
Hey,
but
Jesse.
fuck off
Jesse.
with your fucking OnlyFans shit. Like,
Jesse.
Yo.
blocking.
Hello.
Yeah.
You're not doing your job.
He's trying to work out how to do it.
Done.
That's my
Do that.
only.
Done.
That's my OnlyFans, honey.
That's right. I know. I guess you guys are my OnlyFans.
Fucking OnlyFans. Oh my god.
Isn't OnlyFan like the thing where they like sit on balloons and like cut their toenails and like
I don't know, but I'm sick of this
show
freaking.
movies?
I'm sick of all this. Like, I don't know who the freak has. Oh, there's this rumor that I'm in porn or whatever. It's not true.
Are
And
you?
if it was true, or well, apparently, if it was true, I'm the
Forrest,
poorest porn star in the world. And I mean, you guys haven't seen. I've got 8 kids. My gut is like the Australian map of like all the road maps. And it's just
I'm not laughing at that. Just laughing at the way
somebody that had a vengeance with me on YouTube that wanted to go around making fucking bullshit up. And ever since then, it's the lives. When I come on live, it's stuff that in the comments and shit is just fucking bullshit. So that's my OnlyFans, honey. If you two broads are here talking who's cooking and cleaning, your mum. Just because I've got a pair of boobs on my chest doesn't mean that, I'm supposed to be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning 24/7. You're muted, bub.
I was talking about my boobs. I got boobs.
No, like, didn't you read the comments? If you
Yeah,
broads
no,
are
I did.
here, who's cooking and cleaning?
I guarantee you that guy would show us his wiener.
I have a scum, and my scum cooks and cleans for me.
Yes, I do.
I can go see a wiener right now if I want to.
Yeah, I can see freaking 4 wieners right now if I wanted to.
I know, right? I'm like, wiener.
Her out. That just so. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't let trolls get to me, but when they come in with like,
It's so funny to me. I find it hilarious personally. I think it means. I think you know what, Miss T, you're a big deal.
oh my goodness, OnlyFans. Do you make money off OnlyFans?
I don't. Yeah, you do apparently. So I want to make an OnlyFans of me. I don't know what the fuck I do. Like you would.
They'll end up doing like a big.
Like,
If I made one, they'd have a huge. What is it called? Where they protest and shut Miss T's OnlyFans down. We'll pay her to put her clothes back on.
I know, like, please cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. This COVID mom bod is not for me. This like, you want some of this? Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. And then I'm like, oh, you don't want to see the rest of it.
That person must be stuck in the bloody 1600s or some shit, like cooking and cleaning. I don't cook, I don't clean. I'm the laziest.
No, I am the worst.
I'm the laziest woman in the world.
I am the worst domestic diva on the planet. Worst. I mean, maybe not the worst. I mean, I'll do it if I fucking have to.
I usually am ticklish, but people like that tick my turtle.
But I can delegate like a motherfucker. So you know what my husband said? Hey, Jesse, you know what my husband called me? He called me an opportunist.
What's that?
Why?
I don't know.
Always got opportunities to do things. Isn't that what an opportunist is?
An
Always
opportunist.
have an opportunity to do something.
I mean, if you're an opportunist, you just take advantage. There's another word. You take advantage of the opportunity.
I really didn't get with the smartest tool in the shed, did I?
But now,
Not the tool, but I'm still a blunt one, like a hammer.
All right, so back to our.
You know, my joke. This is for Jesse. I got really mad at my husband when he said that to me. So I went outside and I was smoking a thing in my fingers, like a freaking Asian on a tour in like San Francisco, like 10 years ago. And I was like, you know what? So there's an opportunist and a terrible delegator to try and change some light bulbs in a house. How long does it
What
take?
the hell? I'm actually reading what he wrote, and he goes age, weight, height, dress size, body count. What is he? A
What's
military?
body count? Like
I don't know. What is he? A military?
I've only killed one person that I think of, but hopefully no one knows about it.
Body count. That's like if I was ever on a dating site. Oh, hi, my name's Tam, and I like long walks on the beach, chocolate, and ice cream.
I'm 41 years old, and I only murdered with cyanide, but it's put nicely into like sweet treats because it actually has an almond flavor.
What the hell is a body count?
You don't know when all people get killed and you're gonna
Oh,
go
but
body count?
maybe how many people you did the brown chicken brown cow with?
Sally Ann said, "How many? What you just said? How many bodies have you buried? What the hell? Siren isn't.
Oh no,
Frosted Flakes. That's not cornflakes, is it? Because last year, when my kids were doing the homeschooling, I don't know how I come across this, but we ended up finding out that cornflakes was made by some man.
By the Kellogg's, dude.
Yeah, about masturbation.
It was anti-masturbation.
Yeah.
Something so plain just
Mr. Kellogg
makes you not want to masturbate.
You don't want
Good evening, Sandra.
to eat Kellogg's.
So hang on a second. He was asking our body count, to see how many people we've killed.
But then Irvin's killed 3.
Okay, well, I don't have a body count of killing people. I've got a body pusher-outerer, which I've pushed her out.
I know. I think that's like kind of that's killing them with kindness, though.
That's
you
not
really
it.
ask me.
I can't even count. This man's got me so angry. I don't know why they have to do that. I've got like a tarot.
I think it's funny.
I've got a tarot channel. Like I do nothing but sit here and try to help people by telling them what I see in the cards. Why have to?
Some people are just
Robin. Yeah, if he was in my face, there would have been a body count of 1.
I mean, if honestly, eventually, I'm like, we better rip through the screen, pull that little wiener out, and be like, pew, pew. Bobbitch.
Body count. What the fuck? Body mass index. Oh, Lani's saying body mass. Yeah, I don't think that person was an Aussie because that's not how we talk.
Body mass index. No one asks your body mass. I am considered obese with my body mass index.
All right, well, there's 10 of us here in chat. I don't know who's commenting and who's not, but here, why don't we all answer this man's question? Age, weight, height, dress size, and body count. Answer it, guys.
Okay.
I'll do mine. My age is none of your motherfucking business. My weight is I don't even want to know that one. Too scared to even check that one since COVID. My height is 5 foot. I'd still jab you in the face. My dress size is I don't wear dresses. And my body count is as many bodies as I can count.
Touche.
So yeah, what was the point of making cornflakes so people don't masturbate?
Tracy's telling me that those graphs are BS. Yeah, because I don't mind telling. I am 5'10". I am I weigh somewhere in like the 180 something pounds, and ish. I do like YouTube true crime on the beach as I'm watching with sunglasses, of course, because you can't really see the reflection. And I'm really into these very talented gay men that kind of like bring us all together. So if you're interested, well, my husband's also from the Bronx, and if you've seen him, Mr. Despom is kind of a badass. So good luck with that. And yeah, hi. Thank you.
No, I'm just reading all the questions. I like Sally Ann's one. 50, too heavy, short, 8, and 5.
And I have been 29 for like 12 years now, so whatever. Body count 9. You just increased from 3 to 9, Irvin.
007. I can't believe that person. That's just.
What?
I should have let him up on panel.
Peach, how old are you?
27 Peach said she is, so I think she. Oh, we're the same size, Peach. I'm 5'2" too.
You were tiny too?
Yeah.
You know who else is tiny? Iris.
Iris. Yeah, I can
Did you
tell.
see us all together? And like, I'm the big fat girl in the big fucking dress in the picture. I'm like,
No, you look beautiful.
well, thank you, but I didn't feel it.
I haven't forgot the rest of the members of the baseball team.
Well, that's because you are a basketball team. Basketball is where it's at, my friends. Do you play baseball in Australia?
In like high school, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing.
Okay, what team are you wearing right now, by the way? I gotta know.
Oh, this is just a Maroons. It's just a Queensland one.
Y'all, dude, see, you don't understand. People in this chat do not understand rugby. They are so oblivious. They don't get it.
You
like,
don't know what you are missing
you
out
look
on.
like a lesbian in a freaking jersey to people in America.
Well, I shouldn't take you into my cupboard then because
I look like a lesbian in a Save
Or-
Robbie sweatshirt.
that's
So it's all
all
good. You need a flower. You need a flower.
That's all I wear, like jerseys, and yeah, I try to look nice when I come live. But today I was just like, hey,
Fuck it. No, I'm totally fucking with you, by the way.
I knew there was going to be that troll, so I thought I'm not going to look good for him.
Snazzy Nails is here.
Hello, Snazzy Nails.
It's my girl.
You just missed out on all the fun.
Where my girl is at, from the front to back. Is you feeling that? Throw one hand up.
Yeah, what's happening out there?
No, it's okay. No, Jessie, she's not a lesbian. It's okay.
No, there's kids running into walls out there. It's my son's birthday on Monday, and today's Saturday night. So
I love Libras.
I thought, all right, I'll get up and I'll let him do what he wants to do. Well, what he wants to do is have popcorn for breakfast. Then at about 8 o'clock this morning, he wanted to send his brother to the shop to go and spend his birthday money on caramel chocolate and Coke. Yep. Then they got super duper ice blocks. Then they got packets of chips. Like, honestly, I think they're going to be up vomiting all night.
Well, happy birthday.
Once a year.
It's my birthday.
It was your birthday.
It was. Now.
I'm going to have to do a virtual birthday party on mine.
I'd love to be there. I'd be like, I'm throwing popcorn.
How about a virtual dress-up birthday party?
Wait, I don't want to dress up.
Oh, Irvin, sounds like a great Saturday night. It sounds like there's a bunch of drunk fellas out there, you know, I don't know, wrestling each other or something. And
it's probably Capricorn.
It's probably all over that bloody Xbox.
Siren, what are you? What sign are you, Siren? And Irvin, what signs are you?
Thank you, Lani.
I need to know your signs.
I'm thinking that Siren comes across as a fire sign.
Like, no, he's like a Cancer or something. He's like,
nah, Jesse's a Cancer. That's a
Nazzie's gonna be either a Scorpio or a Libra. Or an air sign.
Well, if Snazzy's a Scorpio.
She's gotta be a Scorpio.
We're the same.
My best friends are Scorpios. Hence, hi. Hold on, let's high five.
Oh, a Pisces. Irvin's a Pisces. Sally Ann's a Virgo.
Oh, Siren is a Capricorn. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I knew that. I did know that. That would make sense because my husband's
And Snazzy is a Cancer. When's your daughter's birthday, Snazzy?
Have you met Snazzy before? She's amazing.
Yeah, Snazzy's been in my chats before. I haven't been live for a while, and yeah, I haven't really told many people why. There's been so much happening in my real life. Obviously, this is my real life, but there's been so much happening in my life. So if I'm not mentally well, I can't read cards. So yeah, I
Oh
just sort of
God,
had to
no. I mean, like
say,
when I read like that, like that's what I do when I do it like that. Like I just am like, and I'm not like hella fucking healthy right now. Like this is just me just going with it.
yeah,
Was
the
it bad?
29th of October.
Oh. Oh, you are like you're a cusper. I knew you were a cusper. You had to
One.
be on the cusp because I'm obviously I'm the 6th of October. It's a big deal. No, I'm just kidding.
And then I've got my son the 11th of October, and then my other son's the 25th of October.
Libras are amazing.
And then I've got my son on the 3rd of November, and then me on the 11th
I
of
don't know
November.
if Scorpios. See, we love Scorpios. Libras love Scorpios, but I don't know if Scorpios love us as much.
Well, I've connected really well with you. Like, I don't know. Not all, you can't really generalize, you know.
Oh
Like,
no, I don't believe in this shit. By the way, it's all
yeah,
about the
not
person.
everyone's the same.
It's about the
so-
journey too, because anybody can be in any place in their life. And I'm sorry, say Robbie, I'm a nice Libra.
Pisces, they're not bad, but they,
My best friend's a Pisces. My ex is a Pisces.
they're very,
Needy.
they're like the quiet assassins.
They're annoying.
I'm
But
not even gonna.
needy. But
Well,
great friends. Loyal. Very loyal.
put it this way, my ex turned me off Pisces or Pisceans. They're very manipulative people.
My ex is a Pisces.
Yeah, so is mine. And he was a very lovely fella. If you can't tell by my smile, I'm lying.
This person in my life is still very much a part of my life. So it's not
Well, this person, I have children to, and he hasn't seen my children in what 3.5 years, and decided to go on a national television show in Australia, bagging the shit out of me. Yeah, when he's the one that ran off with his first cousin or second cousin or whatever he cheated on me with.
Oh, incest is best. If you can't keep it in the pants, keep it in the family. What the fuck?
People used to say, "Oh, how did you two split up?" I used to say, "Oh, because he didn't see the resemblance." Well, I had to try to, make myself feel a bit better.
Oh, sweetie, that's
Yeah.
something I've never dealt with. Because literally, like this kid like flew out my vagina, and like literally, I'm sitting there and I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with your nose?" It's all smashed against his face because he came out so fast, and I was like, I mean, I was horrible. Like on my birth video, like I am a horrible person. I'm like, but then I'm looking at him and I'm like, and then this weird thing with little babies, they look like their dads right off the bat. They look like their dads, and you're looking at them and you're like, even when you don't like the dad.
I'll tell you something right now. My youngest son, like anyone that doesn't know that Jesse's not his biological father, will sit there and say, "Oh, he looks exactly like Jesse." He has Jesse's personality. He's a little shithead when he wants to be. But when I look at him, it's like I see he's the spawn of that horrible creature.
No,
that's what I'm just about to say.
But you flew out your vagina. So sorry.
But when I look at him, there's just this little, like, he's just, I see his dad, but not the pain that his dad put me through. So it's a totally different, like, look at him. This one here.
Dude, I don't care. They all look fucking amazing.
And just the looks he gives me and the things he does, and
He's
yeah.
darling. He came
Oh,
up to
he
me
is.
and he was like, "Hey, hey, what are you doing? Hey." You guys, you and Jesse are raising amazing babies.
Thank you.
Amazing babies. Sweethearts, little sweethearts. I'm like, I want to like reach. If you didn't live 19 goddamn hours away from me on an airplane, I'd be there tomorrow and be like, get those kids to snuggle me.
I know it sucks, doesn't it?
I know, but that's why we're here, though, right?
It sucks. And then I've got my eldest who's like 6 foot something, and I look at her and I think, how the hell did you come out of me, girl? I know that she wasn't that big when she was born, but yeah, it's like she's
Your daughter's
nothing.
6 foot.
Yep. And she's probably been that since she was about 14, 15. She's been
Yeah, she
taller
played
than me since she
sports.
was
Did she play
14.
sports?
No.
Not her thing. Yeah, that was my
No,
problem.
but all of my other kids, she's the only one that actually doesn't play any sports. All of my other
Isn't it
children
weird?
play
So
rugby.
I'm super tall, but I don't play sports. I mean, I play golf. I'm really good at any sport I try, but like I don't do team stuff.
Urban, if you've seen my other son that's just older than the one that's in this photo here, all of my boys besides the youngest one are like identical. They either spit out of each other's mouths, and that
They're
must be
amazing.
my side coming through. Yeah, it's really weird. But they're very good looking young fellas. They're
So,
lucky that they've got a crazy mum, because I'm gonna have to chase a lot of girls away.
well, at least you only have a couple wieners to worry about.
Oh
Not
well,
the
my
rest.
eldest daughter, she's been with her partner for like 2 years,
I'm
and
just
it's
saying, for your boys, all you have are a couple wieners to worry about, not the rest of them. So Jet comes up to here on me.
oh wow.
He's 10.
Yeah, well, my son who's 11 at the end of the year in December, we measured up yesterday and he's up to here now. So
I'm 5'11". I'm almost 6 feet tall.
okay, Urban, do I think that it's possible to pass my gift on to any of my babies? I know that one of these three already have a gift, and it's
My son does too.
something that I feel the presence, and I pick up the presence, and I get messages from the spirits and everything, but I don't actually see them as, like see them. Whereas my middle son, who's got Asperger's, he can see. Yeah, he sees spirits, and it's not just that yeah, a lot happens. But the thing is, I don't really want to scare them, because it really is a scary thing. Like, if you, good night, Rowan, if you don't prepare yourself, and if you really don't know what, I don't know, it takes a while. Well, it did for me. It took a while for me to actually um connect with my gift and be able to want to connect, and then be able to
Want
zone
to.
myself out.
Those are the key words. Want to.
Yeah, yeah.
The actual
Um,
the acceptance of it is very hard.
yeah,
Because when you're forced through trauma in life, when you had a traumatic childhood, so you're looking at your whole experience is fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight. Everything you do is you're just sitting there. You're just it's always vibrating like this, and that's what kind of creates this. I would say that's like almost like the organic creation of it. On the other hand of it is there is, I would say, an epigenetic effect of it too. There's someone in your family that has this too, that's passing it down.
yes. Well,
And
this
that's
is
why some of the shit that we went through.
this is a long line in my family, and it
Me
comes
too.
from my mum's side. My mum was psychic. See, with me, I sort of have the two gifts. I'm got the gift of being a psychic, but I also
You're a
have the
medium
gift
too, though.
of,
You're a
yes,
medium. Like you see stuff.
I have the gift of connecting with deceased people. So, like, I'm also a medium. I've got and I don't talk to my mum's family because I really didn't have anything to do with them growing up. But I've just recently found out that my mum's sister owns a tarot shop up where I'm living. So around
Stay
where I'm
away.
living.
Stay away.
No. Yeah. Look, it's been 37
Sorry,
years.
sorry.
I haven't wanted nothing.
I'm sorry. That was an immediate like message.
No. I'm not going to chase people that have had, ample amount of time to try to be in my life, put it that way. But so it sort of is on my mum's side. I think the first encounter that I had with a spirit, I was probably about, I'd say 3, because I can remember. It's vaguely, but I can remember. And I was in my grandmother's backyard, and I was on a swing, and there was a man that was pushing me on this swing. Well, months later, I remember going to someone's house, and there was a photo on the mantelpiece. Well, I've said, oh, that was the man that was pushing me on the swing. Long story short, it worked out that that man was actually my nan's best friend, who had him and his wife had done a his wife had found out she'd got cancer, so they both gassed themselves. Yeah, they both gassed themselves so that they went together. So
Well, I felt that
that was
immediately.
my first encounter. After that, and this is something that I want to make a video about it, but at the moment the court case still is in sort of process, so I can't really say too much. But I seen a vision in 2017, I think it was, of something that happened to a lady. In between this time, I had also met the person who I didn't recognize as being in my vision. We sort of had a friendship that, yeah, long story short, months later, after my life got threatened and everything else, I actually found out that he had committed murder on this lady. He got charged not long after that, and then I moved states, so I went from Sydney to up here, and I had the police come up here to speak to me. I thought that they thought that I was involved because I knew this man and I lived in the area that it happened, which I didn't know this lady at all. And yeah, there's a lot more to it, but I actually seen what happened to this lady, and that was the first actual encounter that I had.
That was when I shut things off.
Well, I didn't know how to shut things off.
Did you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was about 3 years old. Never been to church, never done anything religious ever in my life. We didn't use the words God or pray, hold hands or do anything, unless it was like grace with my grandparents, that awkwardness. And I was in a really hard point in my life because I was getting poked at night. I was being woken up by things at night. Like I was being woken up by these weird things. And I would just hide under my covers because it was scary. And then one night I said something. I said, I can't do this. I can't do this. I just can't do this. I didn't know what praying was, but I prayed, I guess. And then all of a sudden this big giant light comes into my room. A man is in my room, a man. And I'm 3 years old or 2. I don't know. I'm little. And he picks me up out of my bed and he holds me in his arms. And I have never felt this kind of love before. Never. Like amazing. You're just sitting there, you're like it was the most amazing thing I've ever felt in my entire life. At that little moment, even though the love of my father, the love of my mother. I mean, mind you, my dad also chased my mom around with a knife like that night. Kind of grew up in a little dysfunction, little bougie dysfunction. But I remember this. I'm sitting there and I'm like, and then he put me down and he's like, everything's going to be okay, sweetheart. Everything is going to be okay. I'm here. I'm always here with you. Never said his name. It was just this beautiful male energy. Didn't really know what he looks like. Just beautiful, just amazing. This, just beautiful. And I feel it in my heart still to this day. I can feel it in my heart right now as I speak about it. I can feel it. I can feel it. Like there's something huge here. Sorry. And he puts me on the bed, and then I was like immediately depressed. Like, I mean, talk about being bipolar for the first time. Like, I had never felt depression before until that moment. I was like, because all of a sudden this love and this light was gone, and like I was like, ah, like what's going on? And but I mean, I healed from it, and I grew from it, and that was part of my immediate. That was like the immediate part of my initial emotional spiritual growth. And then I want to say a couple years later, um, things were not good in our home, and I was in a daycare, and this woman picks me up one day, and she has these little medals on her neck, and she's talking about these little medals, and she's talking about Mother Mary and Jesus. By this time, yes, I had been to church once or twice or whatever, but not like religious. And I'm looking at these little medals, and like she's telling me about Jesus's love, and she's talking about this like Jesus stuff, blah blah blah, Jesus. And I was like, just like kind of like soaking it, but it wasn't even about what she said; it was about her energy. And she was just held me and rocked me to sleep. And then I never saw her again. Okay, I'm sorry. That shit don't happen in a daycare. You know what I mean? Like that does not happen.
Mhm.
Some lady doesn't pick you up and rock you to sleep and show you her medals of like this was, and then like in the depth of despair with my child. And I'm not Catholic, by the way. I'm so not Catholic. In the depth of despair with my child, like he's been born, and my whole world's falling apart. And I looked down one day, and there's this medal on the ground, a little Christian, like a little Catholic medal, and I picked it up, and I took it home. And I looked it up. It was Saint Gerard. Saint Gerard is the patron saint of motherhood. Motherhood. In my depth of despair. And then you know what's funny? Things got better in my life. Guess what disappeared? My medal from Saint Gerard. I mean, like
Oh,
this is real. This stuff is real, guys. Like these little miracles, those are really big miracles in my life. But like these little miracles are around us all the time. All the fucking time. And it's like I never thought I would use someone to think like I was so I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in any of it because of everything I'd been through. And then I
mhm.
saw it, and then I saw it, and then I saw it. And I have no choice but to believe there is a higher power. We are not alone. We are all connected. We are all brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter where you come from, where you were born, who you are, we are all connected.
And I think that's why we've crossed paths, like how we all have, like through. I believe Robbie is the main, like, yeah, he really
The
has
Robbie
brought a lot
Catalyst.
of
The Robbie Catalyst.
he's brought a lot of us together, and like through Robbie, I've met you. I think pretty much Irvin come from Robbie, Lani,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, Melissa Jade, like all of like when I
I
first
love
started my
Melissa
channel.
Jade.
When I
And that's
first
what
started my
bothers me
channel,
that people don't like Melissa Jade. And I'm like, and then I heard what happened, and I'm like,
well, when I first started my channel, and I've got
almost
to,
a year now.
I will say this to
She's a
anybody that
baby.
listens.
She's a baby.
Well, she actually helped me start my channel. We both started our channels the same day, Melissa Jade and I. And not obviously I get on here and doing the cards. This is, my own content and everything. But the first night that I ever came live, Irvin came up, and it was the first time that I'd really come across Irvin sort of thing. And he interviewed me. And I'm being interviewed by someone who's, got this look in their eyes looking at you like, hey, I don't believe sort of thing. And to think then afterwards, months later, it's he's a constant on my channel and asking me to do readings and things for him. So it showed me that, like, even skeptics will, you can open anyone's eyes up. But having Urban interview me, and it was so professional, he was so professional. It was his first time, like, doing anything like that. Also, it was just really, I don't know. That's how Urban and I come to meet. And then, Urban and I sort of joined a friendship. And then Lani also was in there. And then we've sort of, dropped back. But Jesse and Urban are still really, really good for all.
They became homeboys.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know that you talk to him like a lot. So even though I don't anymore, because I've sort of, I don't know, I've just tried to worry about myself and keep my head above water, so to say. But
Well, the head above water though, isn't that always like we're all striving for that, right? Like, aren't we all sitting
yeah,
here like I'm a desperate stay-at-home mom right now for the first time in my life, sitting here like I need some friends. I'm lonely. I'm lonely.
oh, this is the
And I'm
first time
sitting here and I'm like, yes, like just I want to survive. But
I haven't had kids at home. So all of my kids go to school now. So it's like I'm real lone. I'm not saying I'm going to have any more kids. I'm not going to.
oh
No,
no, I'm not
gosh,
saying
that.
that, but I'm like, you should you
Yeah,
should you should
this
get
is
off
the
this
first time in
you should
18
get off
years.
this live and go give some attention to Jesse.
No, but this is the first time in 18 years that I haven't had a baby with me. So I feel all naked and by myself during the
Oh,
day. It's like,
honey. Oh,
yeah. It was a big thing coming to terms with my baby was going to school. I'm like, should I leave him off one more year? I don't think I'm ready for this. He's ready for it, but I'm not ready for it.
I totally know what you're saying.
And then like we get to the school, he doesn't even kiss me. He just walks off. It's like, oh, thanks.
I know, right? You know what he said today? I think you might have been there. Oh no, maybe Siren was there. I don't know. But he's all. I don't know what he said. Like he was like I listened to everything he says on his video game. You know, I'm like that mom here, and I'm like, excuse me. I can't remember what he said, but it wasn't even that big of a deal. But I was like, it was like an adult term of life, like not understood. It wasn't a bad thing he said, but it was adult ish, and he was like, it said like he's like I'm dead or like I don't know. It was something really. I was like, excuse me.
I know. I've been through it so many times, so it's
I know,
like,
but I haven't. This is my. I got one. I got
and
one
that's exactly
chance.
right. With me, I've let them fly the coop, fly the coop, fly the coop, and then it's just like my others live in Sydney, so I don't get to see them often, but they're 15, 18, like they're older, the ones in Sydney. Whereas these ones are my babies, and it's going to be so, like I don't ever plan on them moving out or getting houses or
Oh
like my
no,
son. He still says to this day that he wants to marry me, and I try to explain to him that you're not allowed to marry your mum, but he said like he just wants to marry me, and I'm the most beautifulest woman in the world, and I'll come out some days with my hair a mess, looking like shit, feeling like shit, and I'll have the boys look at me and say, "Oh, you look beautiful today, mum," or "You're sexy, mum," or just little things like that that real up the sexy bit. I think he thinks that it means you're pretty,
yeah, right, yeah,
and he thinks that I'm handsome too.
right.
Like, "Oh, you look handsome, mummy." It's and it's something like I never got told that sort of stuff growing up. So it's for a
No,
little kid, and you know what they say from the mouths of babes, like they don't talk crap. What they see is what they say is what they feel.
so my son so he's getting older. So now like we're not doing the whole like he used to like come crawl in bed with me. His dad worked out of town, so he always slept in bed with me. And so then his dad started working at home. But like right now, I guarantee you, he's snuggling on his dad right now. I can go take a picture right now. He's like, because my husband has really big arms, like really comfy, it's like very snuggly. I am not a snuggly, comfy person. Like when they're babies, I got boobies. Like, it's fun to like snuggle on the boobies, but like not like it's like no, it's not as comfy for him. And he's so funny. So I'll wake him up in the morning and he's like, he used to like come jump in bed with me and he'd be like, he'd fart next to me. That's how I knew he was awake. And now he's like, don't hug me. No. Okay, you can hug me. I have to wait for permission. I have to wait for permission. This is horrible.
Oh, that's so cute, Snazzy.
I need to move those.
Oh, sorry, Sandra. Elvis. What she wanted to marry Elvis. Oh. And Snazzy, that's how I was with my first few lives. I was like, I'd get really, really nervous. And then when it's coming to reading cards, like I noticed in my first few lives it would be I said to Jessie, oh my goodness, I sound like I don't know how people were even watching. But I think you get over the nerves, like, and to be honest, the people that come in my chat, like I love everybody who has subbed to my channel, but the people that come into my chat, it's always when I go live, it's usually the same people, the same group of people are always, there for me. So I sort of, I don't know, without you guys, I'd be sitting here talking to myself.
I mean, I'd still be here, but whatever.
Snazzy, honestly, it comes naturally. And if maybe the best thing to do, or what I'd suggest is, if you're nervous about going on, like doing lives, maybe get somebody to come on panel with you, like to be there, and yeah, and it sort of takes the nerves away and the edge off things, I guess.
Snazzy's nervous about it. I'm sorry, I can't read it. It's very. I'm getting old.
Yes, as he was saying that if she went live, she'd probably say, hello, anybody there? And panic and then shut it off.
I don't see that.
It's up. And Irvin, it's, how you're feeling about your daughter? That's how I feel about my sons. Like we get out in front of the school, I go to kiss them, and my eldest son, who's like nearly 11, puts his head away and walks off. It's like, what, you embarrassed for kissing your mum? Like, and I like telling him, you come out my vagina, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows you come out my vagina.
Thank you.
You know what? If there's a real awkward conversation, one thing that gets him out of the room quick as he's coming, yep. I've had 7 natural births and 1 cesarean. So with my cesarean, I call him my alien because they had to like cut me and do it like abnormally. Whereas with the others, and I say to Bo, like, remember, you come out of my vagina. Like,
I was really
I've got my own bathroom.
Like he literally flew out. Like it's like
I've got my own bathroom, but still, without fail, there will always be 1 or 2 people or an audience for me. I'll be in the shower and there'll be an audience. And I think because they're my kids, I don't know if people see it any different than I do, but with my autistic son, he sort of doesn't like being away from me. So I understand him coming in. With my other son, it's weird when, like, he's 5, but I think, raising them on my own, and not just that, being, in a partnership or that, you get used to, like being naked in front of your kids, or you get used to, like, to me, it's like nothing. Like, I don't realize I've got no clothes on.
I now have shame like I am a naked, I am a nude mom.
Well, I don't realize I've got no clothes on until my son will be like, oh, mum. And then it'll be like, oh,
me too. That's the same thing. I'm like, oh.
And Jessica and I talked about this a while ago. I was like, I really should stop, like getting dressed in front of them and things like this. But I really can't help it. And to be honest,
I don't think it's a big deal. There should not be body shaming, period.
One thing is I've sort of tried to bring my kids up, whereas like, so in life, you've got to be blonde, blue eyes, skinny and pretty to get, but no, well, this is what the media, and this is how it's made out in general, females have to look a certain way. So I've tried to keep all of that.
Saying, I got 2 out of 3.
Well, you're in luck. Me, I'm just the girl that's short, brown eyes, brown or purple, whatever color hair you want to call it. Like, but I've tried to teach my kids that it's not the outside appearance, that it's the inside. And actually, I woke up one day when my son, Bo, my older one, was watching Hairspray, and it was the one with John Travolta. Mm-hmm. And we're having a discussion, and I said, oh, do you know that man, like, was in one of my favorite movies? And he's like, that's a lady. Yes. But he's like, that's a lady. And I'm like, darling, it's a man. So I've Googled it and showed him, this is John Travolta. And we're watching that movie, and the girl Tracy in it, so John Travolta's daughter, she was shaking her bum and dancing. Now, Bo's face went bright red, and he goes, oh, she's just so beautiful. He used to say beautiful.
Beautiful.
Now, here I am looking at somebody like who has, who's not skinny, who's totally the opposite of what the media makes out that you've got to look like. And my son's saying that she's beautiful, and that's when it was like, wow, I'm doing it right. Like they're not going to be brought up where I don't know, the world's pretty stuffed up.
Well, and okay, let's put it this way. In so how I look at it, like for me personally, I am not somebody that sits on social media and is like comparing myself to other people or like looking at anybody and being like, "Oh, I wish I was that." I don't think that. And it's not that I think I'm better than them or anything like that. I don't this it's not how my mind works. How my mind was trained at a young age. And I don't know how this happened. I can't fucking tell you how it happened. But the rest of my siblings are just like that they literally they look at the people on social media and they compare themselves to them. And that makes me so sad. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't even think that I'm even that fucking much. I'm not hot shit. I can be hot shit when I want to be hot shit, but I don't think I'm hot shit. I'm at a really low point in my life right now, actually, very low point. And but I'm not sitting there like looking at other people like and thinking, oh wow, I'm not gonna like their video or like push their beautiful heart thing or whatever the fuck it's called because no, I'm happy for them. Good, get down with your bad selves.
I'll tell you something right now.
Yes.
With how I got brought up, see, I seen two sides of life while I was younger. I seen what my nan showed me as a straight woman who worked, who, as I said before, was the stable, upbringing for me. And then I seen my parents who were heroin addicts and who couldn't function without drugs. And now looking back, like I'm 36 now, and I've had drug problems myself when I was younger and things like that. Like nothing like my parents, but I know what addiction's like. I understand completely, and you don't just wake up one morning and say, "Hey, I'm going to go and have a shot of heroin today just to fuck my life up." It's not like that. There's something inside that you're running from that you want to be numb of. So I got brought up with my parents and always seeing them, asleep and going to the methadone clinic and things like that. So my whole upbringing, I never had friends or anything because I was the junkie's daughter.
Yep.
So I've always been different to everyone else. And then growing up, I've tried to show my kids like not so much like wrap them up in cotton wool, but in a sense I have, but I haven't. But I've also wanted to show them that or teach them more so that there's a reason that like people will sit there maybe at school and such and such his mum's on drugs or whatever. Do you know that nearly like made me take my own life when I was a very, very young person, like 9, 10 years old, thinking about killing myself. That wasn't, so I've tried to explain to my children that you can't help who you come from for starters.
Nope.
So, that's something that a lot of kids are nasty, like, but you can't help where you come from and you can't change where you come from. But also, it's not good to sit there and, such and such as mum's a drug addict or such and, it's not good to like, yeah, I've just tried to teach them totally different than, how what I was around when I was brought up, not so much from what my parents taught me because I only knew what I seen from my parents, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't, it's something that I'm grateful that I sort of got bring up the way that I did because it's made me the person that I am. Like, I'm different to, most other people. Like, I can see a homeless man on the street with nothing, and I mean, I've got not much myself. And then I can see a homeless drug addict on the street with nothing, and I'd give both of them exactly the same amount of, not so much money because that's
No,
sort of
just whatever
fueling the fire.
if like I told you my stories. Like, I've
Yeah.
told you my stories. I will give the shoes off my feet to people
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of nowhere just because it's the right thing to do. And I'm gonna get in my warm little nice car and drive off and going back to my world But if I can change somebody's world just in a tiny little bit, it's not like
Good night, Lani.
Lonnie. I'm not sure if that was good night, Lonnie. I hope didn't upset you.
No.
I'm not sure.
But so I've tried to sort of bring the kids up totally different than I suppose what most parents would, because I feel for, and I know this sounds stupid because it's not just I don't know, there's all different reasons that people get on drugs and stuff, but I feel for addicts because I seen what the stuff did to like my parents, and seeing someone who can't function without that one specific drug, pooing themselves and not being able to sleep and vomit, like it's what I grew up seeing was freaking horrible. And now that they're both gone, to think that how much I love them and how much I wish that things were different, but that's all that they knew, sort of thing. Even though they were addicts, they did try their best for me in sort of their own way. So I've tried to like instill that in my babies too, just to like, I don't know. Who are you talking to?
Huh?
Oh.
Sandra. Of course. Mama is too.
Why do we need snacks?
Who's going to go on selling internet?
Oh yeah.
I'm still sharing the link.
Oh, Jet's mom, Sally Ann, has a live. I'm going on to do readings on her live. She asked me before to ask you if you wanted to join, and it's in about 10 hours or 9 or 11 hours or.
I can try. When is it? What time?
I'll send you the link. I'll get Jessie to look it up and send you the link. I think it's at 10 p.m. But she's in the UK.
Well, thank you. I know.
Yeah. 9 hours from now. I think Jet's mum will probably crash after Jet's mum stayed up till now. Like where I am, it's only 8 o'clock. 8
so it's 3 o'clock in the morning right now for me. But I'm also still like this stuff like makes me all like jazzed up. So it's kind of it's hard for me.
Well, Sally Ann wanted you to do her reading. I need to go to the toilet, which is right here. So if you don't mind doing or seeing what you pick up, I guess, for Sally Ann, I will go to the toilet and I will come back. And then I don't think I know I love Jesse and I have this game, like we will put accents on. So like he'll come out with like an English accent, and then I've got to try to match that accent, and then we'll go on for hours. So if I ever come out with different accents, it's just
I want to hear your California accent.
So you can do American, but not Pacific California.
I need California.
No, we don't know how to do
that. You want to know why, Jesse?
We don't know how to do California that, man.
Knows how to party. California.
Yeah. In the city.
In the city. I don't know the words.
So, Sally Ann, was there any specific questions that you have for Jet's mum before she starts the reading? And I'll tell you what, Snazzy Nails, I love listening to other people talk like Aussies because not all the time it sounds like Aussies. They sound like English people, I think.
I can talk my Aussie accent. I can do it.
Good night, Irvin. Have a good sleep. But you lived here.
I did.
All right, so I'm going to go to the toilet quickly. Oh, I need to send Jessie to the shop too. Toilet paper.
Okay, this is my last reading, by the way, because I'm getting tired.
Yeah, after this reading too, I think I'll end this because my kids are out there, and yeah, we're both been in here, so we might go out there and there not be any kids or any house left. But I will make you big screen again, and then I will mute myself.
This is for Jessie, right? Jessie?
No, this is for Sally Ann.
Okay. Why don't I see any message from her? Oh, come cry.
I think she just wants a general reading.
No, you can't go to the bathroom then.
Why?
No, you gotta stay. I
Oh,
don't know
really?
her.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
Let's
get this
repeat.
up.
Oh, I don't really know Sally either. I only have like,
Hold on to this up.
alright. The money's in my wallet. Sorry, we need toilet paper.
Let's see.
Alright, I'm here, but I'm muting and
Okay. Okay, so I see you wanting to have like the relationship be like symbiotic, whether it be like whatever's like struggling, like this is what you're looking for. Right now it's like this. Um money. You have an issue with money with like on the cusp. So like money's gonna be fine. That doesn't feel right though. I'm sorry, that does not feel right. Hold on. Okay. And you're not gonna like this reading period because ultimately you do not want to see yourself the way that this may portray you, but it's not a bad thing. Just so you know. So please open your heart to this. Um yeah, you are very freaking I don't even really need to say what you want to hear right now because you know it on one level. You know exactly what demon you're fighting right now in your life, period. It's like right in front of you. I don't know if it's I feel like it's like an emotional demon, whether it's like control or like power or something. Like there's something that's like it's not a demon. It's just like more of like an evolution of like your sorts. Uh you are gonna have to fight for money, by the way. The money is not gonna be there. You gotta fight for it, whatever that means. And I know you're exhausted about carrying all of the emotional shit on your shoulders. And oh, for fuck's sake, hold on. Damn, no. Decline. I'm very popular sometimes. No. So there's somebody in freaking Thailand. He wants to say hi. Because I'm up at fucking 4:00 in the morning. Okay, so the way the world is on your shoulders. And okay. I don't feel like the money's a problem, but it's not gonna go where you want it to go. Does that make sense? And if your big question is overall, oh, sweetheart, you got to get back down to your natural self. You gotta like find your divine feminine. Divine feminine meaning like you're sitting here and you're sitting like in your own. You've been very masculine for a long time, like forcing out this masculinity out of you, in more of like not survival, but just like this is how we get shit done. But like your divine feminine is coming in like strong right now, and this right here, that's why I'm showing you this. I'm not going to give you an answer yes or no because you have a lot of free will right now. I feel very much free will. Very much free will. Yeah, like I can't give you a yay or an A because you know that. And I think you're very powerful too. And I think you see shit too, by the way. So you might be testing this right now. A little bit. And like a little bit. Like you're like, no. Which is fine. I love that. And the last thing I would say to you is let go of the fear. Be true to yourself.
Thank you very much for that, Jetsma. I hope that resonates.
That was really exhausting.
And some readings do just drain you. Like so.
Oh, no, it wasn't her energy or anything. It just was just I don't know,
Like
something there.
Yeah.
Probably is it connected with my own self. That's what I assume. I always think it must be some sort of thing that I must be also like transmuting. I don't know.
Well, thank you very, very much for staying up this late and being on the panel. I really enjoyed this. So I'm thinking maybe if you're up to it again, we can collab again, but maybe next time do a reading from you and a reading from.
Look what she said. She says, I know. I just said that as you did, hun. I know I'm hard to read. Yeah, you are. You didn't open it up, girl. Like I felt that. I was like, I didn't want.
Whoa.
Did she say that out loud?
Pardon?
She didn't say it in chat though. She just said it to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's testing me. She was testing
I
me.
really have to say you are amazing. I've just seen just Rhonda's, like from what you picked up off Rhonda, and that was just spot on. I can't speak for everyone else, but I'm pretty sure that you did really, really well tonight. And I'd love to do this again with you sometime.
I'm probably gonna be like I gotta like literally like go like sit in a bunch of sage and freaking I'm gonna go float in my pool right now. Even though it's freezing, just to like clear my energy.
But Sandra just said it was lovely meeting you. This is something that oh, thank you for joining, Tracy. This is just a small channel. I just like getting on and doing readings for people for free, I guess.
I'm never gonna charge anybody for readings. I know for a fact that it doesn't work with my energy.
Well, I do have a private business, so if you want mediumships, that's something that I definitely do charge for.
You definitely like get your like website going, girl.
Well, I don't know how to do website, but I've had a Facebook business now for years. I'm on like Instagram. I don't know how to use that either, but yeah, I guess I just tried. But if anyone ever is interested in a mediumship or you want other readings or whatever, my Facebook, Instagram, and everything else is linked in my about section on my channel. So just go check that out. You can either email me, message me, whatever. Once again, thank you, Jet's mum, from everybody.
Well, I'd also like to say if you want to sign up for readings through me, I will donate everything to my friend Miss Healy right now.
Oh, bless ya.
So if you want to do that, we can set that up together, okay?
Well, I'm actually wanting to do this again with you, but maybe do it as I said, like both of us do readings for the one person. So you do yours and then I do mine and see what we both sort of pick up.
That'd be fun. That'd be great.
And this is something that I usually do at the same time every week.
I can feel your energy, by the way, just so you know. Like, a part of everything that I read was me reading off you too. Somewhat. So don't think that you weren't there. Like,
I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed actually just sitting back.
It was interesting because I felt you, like, especially with your mom's reading.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh gosh, do I say this? Do I say this? And then you were like, okay, it's okay to say it. It's okay to say it.
Well, and you
without saying anything.
And then you even went back to the relationship, which is, I think, the big thing. But I will speak to you later. I'll let you sleep. Yeah, I'll let you sleep because you've stayed up. I just want to thank everyone. Thank you, Sally Ann. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Snazzy. Oh, she's gone. Thank you, Jet's mum. A big thank you to Jet's mum. Thank you to Stephanie for making the thumbnail. Thank you to Lani, Urban, Natasha. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Jessie, obviously. I'm doing my arms again. But yeah, thank you all very, very much for joining. I will definitely start coming live again. Do my usual Saturday or Friday nights, I think, for you guys, or Saturday mornings. My Saturday night live. So I really enjoyed it. Once again, if you need to get in contact with me or anything, my information's all in my about section. I hope you all have a great night. At 10 p.m. tonight, or in 9 hours, I think Sally Ann said, I will be on Sally Ann's panel doing readings with Tammy and I think Sally Ann also. So the link was dropped in here. If you can't find it, just message me or whatever, and I will send you to Sally Ann's channel. If anyone else in here had a channel that I haven't gotten anyone to drop links for, let me know, because I don't mind dropping people's links. It doesn't bother me. I like helping people get certs. Other than that, I think so, yes. That's what I was thinking. Well, I'm thinking it would be like 6 or 7, Sandra. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to ask Google once I get off here. But I hope you all have a great rest of your mornings, night, afternoons. And I maybe will see you tomorrow. If not, I shall see you all next Saturday. Thank you, guys. Bye.